2.
People, it is Wednesday, the 14th of September. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. It is a special day today for us. Almost feels like it's a birthday, but we'll go ahead and introduce ourselves.
It's your boy, 6 for Plus of Pure Temptation, back like I never left. Come on.
And it's your favorite shade queen, my own royalty.
Second in attendance, use.
Oh, that's it today.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Nice, quick one-liner.
And they call me Emman, the pro-black activist, TDA producer, news analyst, melanin jam-pack.
And that's right. You have been missed. You missed the whole celebration for Marcus yesterday when he came back.
I was there in spirit.
You were there in spirit.
I was there in spirit.
Yeah, you sure were. But yeah, it's a special day today for us, isn't it?
It is. Esther, we like to do the honours.
Oh, of course. Oh, I would love to. This is my bag. But would someone like to tell them what we're celebrating?
So this is our 100th episode.
Yes.
Episode 100.
Where's
Episode
the
100.
clap?
Round of applause, everyone.
No, yeah,
Let's go.
honestly,
The only person who's done 100 episodes is Brent.
I love a milestone. I absolutely love a milestone.
Brent, have you got the attendance list to ask for?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
I'll show you afterwards, though.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were going to tell the public.
Yeah, turn it on there.
Oh, no.
Oh, his use is not second in attendance. Is that why?
No, I am.
Yes.
He
yes,
is.
Yes, what?
Yes, it's because he's not second in attendance.
That's
I
all
don't-
Oh, no, I am for sure. I'll go back and do my own research.
That is so orcs. Your entire intro is done.
Unless he's counting himself. If he's counting himself,
No, you can't count himself.
Fair enough.
That's dead because he lives here. That's so dead.
Marks is second.
impossible.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought I was second, you know?
You don't
Why
count.
would
I'm not
you?
counting.
Oh, yeah, I don't count. Yeah,
Not
yeah, I don't
counting.
count, actually.
No,
'Cause I was-
he should count because the cheek to think you were gonna be second.
No, that's impossible for Mark to be second.
I'm not counting the days where it's impossible for him to be here. That's not how it works.
Whoa, that's dead.
Get out of here, man.
Sorry, no offense, Mark.
Makes sense.
That's a cop out.
No,
Brent,
that
you have to
makes
include
perfect
every
sense,
single
though.
day.
Y'all don't have your headphones on, so you can't hear when he's talking.
All right, teacher.
He's actually talking.
Sorry, go on, Mark.
No, I'm saying that makes perfect sense. Brent's right. It's just impossible.
Oh, Brent.
Camera.
Why is it me?
No,
Because I
said
know
put
you
the
shook
camera
it.
on her.
What happened?
She popped the champagne.
Ew.
Put it up like this.
Oh my god. It went on my jumpsuit. That's what I'm really upset
No,
about.
Brent, you have to count every single day. You can't. That's what the rubbish is that?
Yeah, but that's not fair, man.
That ain't fair.
No, you're saying it's not fair when the poor man.
Mark, I'm sorry, it's not fair. He has to count every single day. He can't say because he couldn't be here. Like, nah. No?
Nah, man, that's not fair, man.
No, you man's a man.
E-man. What's going on?
Yeah, we
With?
basically
You.
reported you yesterday to Marks.
Oh, you know what? I was highly disappointed at these, like, yeah, for slandering me.
Even how you disappointed at you.
No, I was trying my hardest to be accurate in terms of what you actually said. No, I was being accurate.
No. The first thing you said was the most inaccurate.
What?
You said I'm for the betterment of white people.
Yeah, but that was a joke, obviously. No, that part was a joke, but everything else I said after that.
Didn't you say he was a lack of white supremacist?
No. Remember, what I was saying was that you rate the Queen for doing her duty and that she inherited what she inherited and she was just doing her duty. That's why you rate her.
Yeah. But remember, I didn't say. Well, I wasn't basically saying I rate her and this, that, and the third. Right? But basically, what I was trying to say is, firstly, I was basically saying there's no need for me to celebrate her death. Right? It doesn't do anything. I don't see the point in that. And secondly, like you have to be able to compartmentalize how who people are and what they do. Basically,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like just because she's maybe her existence isn't the best thing for me, it doesn't mean for the 90% of people in this country she hasn't been a good queen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much all I was saying. Thank you, Esther.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And also, a lot of the time, people forget that she doesn't have as much power as a lot of people think she does. You know what I'm saying? Like, the government does everything. It's not really her. You know what I mean?
Monarchy lost power a long time ago.
I hope that's for you. Okay.
Oh yeah, because you Sorry guys, I was blocking the camera, but y'all can see that I've been working hard in the gym, so that's nice.
Mark just got his Evian water, and we got champers and that.
Come on, man,
Yeah, we
celebration.
should have sent you.
Pampers, apple juice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we also had something really cute happen to us this morning. We got cards.
I finally got my money, people. First installment.
Installments, 7 million.
Where's my envelope?
Do you not want to read what I wrote in the card for you?
You know, right?
You?
I mean, we don't have to.
I'm gonna read this at home. Yeah, but I just want the people them to know.
Oh, is it?
I finally got a little something. You know what I'm trying to say?
So why'd you say we should hold it for the show if you're going to read it at home?
No, I was gonna read it at home. I was just gonna. No, I wasn't gonna read it here. I was just gonna announce that I have it.
Shall I not read it then?
I think you should read it.
You can read yours.
Okay, Brent, I would like Brent's opinion on this.
It's Daniel got it for you guys, so I think you should. Yeah.
Okay, I'm very into sentimental stuff, so I'm going to read it. So it says, Dear Esther, happy 100 days of TDA. TDA hosts are the best, better hosts than all the rest. You wake up early every day to be your sexy selves and slay. Bars. Our listeners hang on to your every word, and to imagine mornings without you would be absurd. This is why we love you so. Together onwards and upwards we go.
Nice.
And
Nice,
then,
nice.
so that's from Danielle.
Yeah.
And then him.
Oh, you all wrote messages in the card.
No, you're too fast. It's just,
Oh.
it's just two individuals.
Oh.
I would say that Emman's contribution was to buy the cards.
Iman had no contribution whatsoever.
I don't know why Brent
What?
is snitch like this. Brent, why are you
This was
snitching, man?
Danielle's idea.
Brent, you dry snitching, man.
Can you imagine?
Actually, Brent, is this personal to me?
It's up to you.
Because-
remember, I gave it to you off air. You understand?
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I'm not going to read Brent's part.
I think Danielle probably wrote
Is
me
Brent,
the same
is
message
Brent's
that she
part
wrote
poetry?
Yeah, but I think Brent's one is personal to me in my life and
you. Okay.
my
Does Brent's one
situations.
rhyme though?
Did he start his with?
No.
Did he start his with Darling?
He did start his with Darling.
I knew it. You're so
And he
predictable.
signed it him.
You're so
No, it's very on brand. Brent is a poetry man.
No, it is. No, Brent starts every poet with Darling.
Yeah,
I know already.
Brent doesn't, but okay.
Okay, so how did I know? Because the majority of your poems are Darling.
Amen. Amen.
There's a Darling sentence right in his face. Okay, yeah, but I'm not going to read Brent's part because it's a bit personal.
And yes, Mark,
no.
you have yours too.
Oh my darling.
Well,
Darling,
no,
right there.
We appreciate you, Brent and Danielle.
Oh yeah, Marks. Here's yours.
Yo.
What I'll do for you is I'll take that with me, and next time I see you, I'll give it to you. Yeah.
Nah,
The money may or may not be in there.
nah, leave it where it is, man. It's cool. I'm getting up, Brent.
So done. But we'll get into more of our 100th festivities, won't we?
Yes.
In our What You Sayin topic of the day. It's nice to be the topic of the day.
One second.
Come, babes.
I want everyone to tell me what was your favorite episode out of 100.
Oh,
Is this a spoiler alert?
What?
Is this a spoiler alert?
I read the deck.
a spoiler alert.
Have you got your iPad? What do you say?
I said I ain't read the deck, so I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of is, babes.
Oh, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Is that, I thought it was in What You Saying.
No.
Oh,
That's a bit
okay.
different. That's a bit different.
All right, my bad. Sorry, babes. My favorite. I don't know what my favorite episode is.
It's hard to say. I don't know.
Oh, just one episode to me since I started here. I'm joking now.
My favorite moment so far, yeah, is when
It's mine too.
is when Esther said,
No, don't make a scene.
Never mind.
What else to say?
I know what it is.
Is it?
about the slaves getting accommodation.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
They got fired. That was hilarious.
That was amazing.
Do you know what I hate? Yeah, I hate that. Doesn't matter where I go in this life, that will always follow me. In whatever documentary, dare you guys, any of you guys give a speech at my wedding, y'all gonna bring it up.
That was cold because our reaction, you just knew we fucked up. You was like, wait there, what did I say?
Yeah, I always know I've said something mad when Marks is like, no, should have kept that one in, sis. That's when I know. Because everyone else's reaction doesn't really move me. It's when Marks is like,
Yeah, it was like,
should have. Shouldn't have said that. I don't know what my favorite episode is.
I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite episode. There's like funny moments and stuff like that, but I can't
Yeah.
say this episode was my favorite.
what's one of your funniest moments then?
Even that's hard to say. There's so much laugh that happened just randomly.
Yeah.
Innit? It's hard to say that moment in particular. You know what I mean?
What about you lot in the chat, man?
Yeah, let us
What's your
know.
favorite episode and favorite like funniest moments and
Yeah,
most
let us
emotional moments as well?
Emotional?
You know, heartfelt and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. Brent, what's your favorite moment? Because you're the one behind the camera.
Yeah, my favorite moment was the moment that didn't go out.
Okay, so you
Back now.
wildin'.
Yes.
This guy.
You wildin'.
Like you said, some brands.
Think about it.
That was raw emotion. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Was that me, what I talked about earlier, or the other one?
He's talking about me.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, when you said raw emotion, I'm like, raw emotion? Oh, I get it. Mark, do you know what we're talking about?
I think so. I think I'm there. We've
Yeah.
been through a lot on this, though. We've been through a lot on this.
We really have. We really have. We really have. But
Raw and uncut.
and those are the behind the scenes moments.
Hey, there's a few. What's Freedom Eyes? What's Freedom Eyes?
Freedom eyes.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's probably the name of the episode.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, but what's Freedom Eyes again?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I do remember my favorite moment. Actually, someone just reminded me in the comments, but it's not necessarily. So my favorite moment was when we had Deji on here, and the people in the comments were roasting me. I think one of the funniest things I've ever read in my life is so when Deji left, someone was like, Esther, quick, if you take the back roads, you can catch him on the A406.
Yeah. That, you remember how much I laughed at that?
I remember.
Yeah, I was dying.
I remember. I think, I would say that's been my funniest. Like, I could not believe how I was being roasted.
That's been my funniest comment, yeah. And even the other day, when you were like Davido, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that clip of Davido and the fan in the corridor? And they go, fan love. And they go, Davido. Someone said that was you. Yeah. I was dying.
Y'all are so rude to me.
dying, yeah, but
Yeah,
we had moved on. So I didn't bother bringing it up. But to myself, I was reading it just dying. Fan love.
You people are so rude. Watch when we get the video on here. You people are so rude. Yeah, I would say that was been one of my favorite moments. What about you, man?
You know what? Someone just reminded me. I don't know why we forgot about this. Sports Day.
Oh,
You know what? Okay, cool. I think Brent.
that was a good moment.
funny.
Brent calling his. Who do you call you? Dad or
Steven.
Steven? No,
Daddy.
Brent
As I
calling
call him
Steven.
Daddy.
Yeah, Steven.
Brent calling Steven. Brent being rattled about the fact that
He said, let's go ask Daddy
That
then. Let's
E-man.
ask Daddy then.
was faster than him. That was funny.
What,
Yeah,
you
that was a good
don't, no polygyny callbacks.
Oh, man.
Nah.
There's been Bane. I just didn't mention it.
Now, of course it has.
Daddy.
Nightfall said it when Emman first introduced polygyny.
Yeah, because you know,
Who
I
else said
think
it?
you had our
Saravelli.
attention. And then the second time, you also had our attention. By the third time, we're like, okay, this man is moving, man. Like, we've had enough. I think one of my favorite times was when you brought up and everyone was like, oh, come on, man.
Here we go again.
Literally, it was a consensus. Everyone was like, come on, man, rest.
Oh,
That's too funny.
the episode when Esther proclaimed her fruit preference.
Fruits?
Is it the loose apples one?
Oh, loose apples.
Oh, loose
Yeah,
apples.
loose apples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was here then.
Esther's
No.
got all the moments. Esther's got all the moments.
It's mad. I've really been talking. I don't even think. No, we've had some iconic moments here. And many more to come.
There we
I
go.
thought the
Many
church
more
was
to
going to say
come.
amen, but I guess not.
Amen,
Okay.
amen.
Thank you. But yeah, guys, so do like this video, comment, share it as well. The video stays up, so you share it to people, they will definitely come and see it at some point. Also join the TNB network, community.thenewblack.com. We've got a big announcement to make at the end of the month, so you definitely want to be part of that to know what the tea is. But yeah, let's get into our first headline.
First headline is to do with something that Esther touched on yesterday, and this is the man that was heckling Prince Andrew. So a 22-year-old man has been charged in connection with a breach of peace after the Duke of York was heckled as he walked behind the Queen's coffin. Footage showed a man shouting at Prince Andrew as he followed the coffin up Edinburgh's Royal Mile at 2:50 on Monday. The man was pulled out of the queue by two bystanders and was later arrested and charged. He was released and will appear in court at a later date. A Police Scotland spokesman said he was released on an undertaking to appear at Edinburgh Sheriff Court at a later date, and a report will be sent to a procurator fiscal. No other arrests have been made in relation to the incident. Officers will not confirm if any inquiries into the incident were ongoing.
Do you know what smart people actually tried to help him?
Is that the video of the Don just shouting, and you just see him get draped up? And fall into the crowd.
Why do you pull your collar like that?
That's what they done to him. They give him this one.
I think that's one of the most disrespectful thing you can ever do to a person. Outside of
What
what,
about
it's just so like,
No regard.
it's just so rude.
But
It's the
he
worst.
was going for it though. Like, he was going for it. He was berating them. He was screaming. Someone said, "No, enough is enough, man. You
You gotta go.
That's mad. I see someone tweet earlier that like about 3 people have been arrested for calling Prince Andrew a nonce. But Prince Andrew's never been arrested for being a nonce.
It's true.
That's very true.
It's actually true. But if that's what it is,
Power, isn't it? Yeah.
do you think this is like a fine community service or like prison? You can't send someone to prison and the actual culprit of the crime did not go to prison. That's wild.
Boy, the Queen's dead. They might use the full extension of the law, boy. They might come down heavy-handed.
That's mad.
Boy.
We really have no freedom of speech. I'm gonna
We
just say
do,
this.
but there's not freedom of. We spoke about this. There's just not freedom of consequences.
Mm.
Mm.
You took that from the top of my head.
You know.
No, but I will say that everybody, all the black people, listen, we keep trying to protect you guys. Delete your tweets. They're gonna find all of you. It's gonna come up. It's definitely gonna come up. But
I've seen them putting pressure on like influencers and that, talking about like how come you haven't posted or said anything about the Queen,
oh please.
and getting in their feelings and getting mad and that. And it's like, you are really crazy, innit? Like,
Who? What type of influencers?
Your Love
people,
Island
I
dons.
don't- no, not even that. Content creators that I know and that.
Oh, is it? That's mad. What do you want him to say?
Hello?
R.I.P.
I don't know. I don't even know.
I won't be posting content for 10 days because I'm in mourning.
What, like chunks in them?
What do you want Chucks to say?
No, I'm saying is that the type of
The
influence,
target.
like Chucks, Philly,
Yeah.
Nella Rose. What? These are the people that are they asking? Like, are these the people that Lippy? What? Who are they asking?
People,
This is what
innit?
they want. They want everybody to say something, innit? If you're here spending time on this godforsaken island, they want you to big up the Queen, innit?
It's crazy.
Actually, so
Did you do like a proper tribute anyway? Did you big her up?
Boy.
What does that mean?
What, you mean on TDA?
Yeah.
We spoke from the heart.
Yeah.
What, we spoke from the heart, and I don't think Sky News would want to view that footage.
no, it wasn't slander.
It wasn't slander, but it's not what people want us to say. Do you get me? Because people want you literally to say, we are going to pause TDA for the next 10 days because we're mourning the Queen. Like, this is what people want people to do. Because there's influencers who aren't posting content. There's management who are like, all content and ads and all that kind of stuff is on pause until the morning. So the way people want us to want everyone to react, which is literally be living quiet lives for these 10 days. Yeah, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Are we working on Monday?
No, it's a bank holiday.
Bank holiday.
To be fair though, I have seen some employers, someone I know, I can't say who she is, but someone I know, she posted up her workplace and they were like, yeah, we're a small business and we can't, your contracts do not include ad hoc bank holidays. So see you guys on Monday.
Right.
If you do want to watch the funeral, let us know so that you can be allowed, that could be your lunch break kind of vibe, but you'll be here on Monday.
I saw someone tweet, they made a good point, like this bank holiday, it's not like you can even go out and enjoy yourself because everything's closed.
It's closed, yeah.
Even the restaurants.
Yeah.
I was trying to go out and eat.
Yeah, this is a bank holiday where you just have to stay home and watch the funeral on TV.
Oh, I might as well work then.
The time of self-reflection.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not a weekend, Esther.
What have I got to reflect about? I didn't steal anyone's treasures. I have nothing to reflect on. What am I reflecting on this day? Y'all are wilding. Sorry, people are mad. Well, that's crap, isn't it then?
Do you lot watch the Queen's speech at Christmas?
No.
No.
Sure.
By that time, my house we're arguing Conservatives
President, are you
versus
sure?
Labour.
Yes.
I've never been more sure already. I'm as sure as I'm black.
Why would they watch it? Why would you watch the Queen's speech?
No, because I thought like a lot of people just have it on in the background and that, innit?
No, I don't even know what
Are you
channel it goes on.
sure you're for the black?
I watched the King's Speech one time. It's not a bad film.
Oh, yeah, I wanna watch that.
Watching
Yeah,
the
that's
Queen's
good.
speech and all sorts.
What? I don't even know what channel it goes on.
If I ever go past your house and I see a flag, a Union Jack or something, man.
Hey, God forbid.
I'll actually egg your house.
Hey, I will stand out there with you.
You know, it's like a guy who's got like the Union Jack boxes.
Nah.
Not the boxers. No, I don't watch that. What did she say? Merry Christmas.
Man. She just talked, Merry Christmas, and I think she reflects on the whole year and all that stuff, innit?
What she got to reflect on? Do you know what?
Yo, millions watch it, you know.
Yeah, but what is she
Millions.
reflecting on?
I guess so let's just say it was the COVID year. Then I guess she was talking about COVID and people coming together and it's a good time, we come together, all that type of stuff, innit? So
Did she do the claps? Did she take part in the claps?
I don't know, you know.
I think she should have stood outside Buckingham Palace.
As in, did she actually clap herself?
Yeah.
How do we know?
I'm saying she should have stood outside Buckingham Palace.
Oh.
They should have done a live.
Oh.
Because they did it outside 10 Downing Street. Yeah, so they should have showed the Queen
Okay, I didn't know they done that.
getting her clap on.
Yeah, but she's old, man. Like,
She could have handled it.
yeah.
She could have handled it.
Well, the Queen was driving the range not too long ago. I'm sure she can clap.
No, do you know how funny that video is? She looked the reporters dead in the eyes. And yes,
Oh man.
they see me rolling.
All right. So the second headline is to do with King Charles and how he will not be paying tax on his inheritance. It's a bit of a long one, yeah. All right. So King Charles will not pay tax on the fortune he has inherited from the late Queen, although he has volunteered to follow his mother's lead in paying income tax. So under a clause agreed in 1993 by the then Prime Minister John Major, any inheritance passed from sovereign to sovereign avoids 40% levy applied to assets valued at more than £325,000. The Crown Estate has an estimated £15.2 billion in assets, of which 25% of the profits are given to the royal family as a sovereign grant. The estate includes the royal archives and the royal collection of paintings, which are held by the monarch in right of the crown. These assets cannot be sold by the king, and they are in effect surrendered to the government in return for a grant. The government's guidance concludes that it would therefore be inappropriate for inheritance tax to be paid in respect of such assets. Separately, King Charles also inherits from the Queen the Duchy of Lancaster, which is a private estate that includes a portfolio of land, properties and assets held in trust for the sovereign. He is exempt from inheritance tax on these assets, among others, in order to preserve a degree of financial independence from the government of the day. Right? This is all stuff that's in law. The government guidance adds the monarchy as an institution needs sufficient private resources to enable it to continue to perform its traditional role in national life. Anyone other than King Charles inheriting private assets from the Queen will have to pay inheritance tax. So it's only him, yeah? The guidance states, in relation to assets which can properly be regarded as private, the arrangements provide that inheritance tax will not be paid on gifts or bequests from one sovereign to the next, but will be payable on gifts and bequests to anyone else. An announcement was made in 1992 that the Queen would voluntarily pay income tax the following year, and Charles stated that he would follow in his mother's footsteps and pretty much not pay tax.
So he's the only one who's exempt from paying inheritance tax?
Yes.
So when William takes over, he's going to have to pay inheritance tax?
No. It'll probably just be the same thing as King Charles.
So
But
at
the
no
moment-
point will anyone pay inheritance tax?
No, basically the one king or queen would not pay.
But who else is going to pay?
Because basically the queen could have left stuff to her other sons and
Wow.
daughters.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the grandchildren, things of that nature.
Okay, so whoever's inherits the throne basically will not pay
Yeah.
income tax.
Yeah. But they're
Or
going to be paying
inheritance
income tax though.
Yeah, but inheritance tax that's where the money's really at. Because I swear that 50% or something stupid like that.
No, I think it's a little less. I think Labour was trying to make it more. I think they tried to up it to 40%, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's less than that at the moment.
I think that's a scam, you know. I think to
Inheritance tax.
die and have to pay, and people who inherit because you've paid tax while you've been alive the whole time,
Yeah.
and then you die and you're even taxed in your death.
I think it's horrible.
Give me a break.
I think it's horrible, to be honest with you. But again, I don't want to, obviously, because someone was talking about how, a lot of our views here are kind of centre right and right, and stuff like that.
That's
right?
your opinion.
So I don't want to, you know what I mean, talk too much about the left or criticize them too much. But
No, hey man, this is your platform. You say whatever you want to say.
what I was going to say is, there's an economist called what's his name, Thomas Piketty, right? He's a French guy. He's one of the leading economists at the moment, right? He was basically talking about how inheritance tax is probably the best way to kind of level the playing ground. So he's saying, like, the reason why there's such a disparity is because the rich just pass on their wealth to their children and just stays that way. And the only way to kind of get that balance is to tax them heavier and then kind of, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it's just going to always be that way. So, I mean, I personally don't agree. I don't see why I should work so hard and then you take all my assets that I want to give to
my children.
Obviously, it's not all, but you know what I'm saying?
A lot
I
of
want
it.
to give to my children. So
That's why you got to do offshore accounts and stuff like that, allegedly.
there you go.
And buy properties in other countries and all that kind of stuff, invest there. And then they can't tax your properties in Gambia, can they?
But if there's a war in Gambia, your stuff is gone.
There is that
Yeah,
too.
like, if you leave like your kids at your house and stuff, if they can't afford to pay the tax on it, do they take it and shit like that?
I'm not too sure. You know, I don't know enough about the inheritance tax thing, you know, to be honest with you.
Because I'm thinking that's true, actually.
Because I remember hearing something like that. Like if you leave, like if your parents like left your yard for you or something like that, you've got fees that you have to incur, whatever it may be. But if you can't afford them, then I think they take it. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I heard something like this. I don't know.
That sounds pretty true to me.
Apparently, if you put your stuff in a trust, you can't tax trust. You don't put it in it.
There's ways around certain things. Yeah, there's a certain amount of money you can put in a trust, and they can't touch it. There's basically different. Yeah, it's complex, but yeah,
I will figure it out. And yeah, that's sick. As in that there's a way out, a loophole.
Yeah, this is what all the rich people do.
Because it's mad. Like it's actually crazy.
When you get into that top tier, like upper class, like Mark is gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? When you start rubbing shoulders with these people, networking and that, they'll tell you all the secrets, man. Because
if I know I'm gonna die, because you don't really know when you're gonna die, do
God
you?
forbid.
But like, this is like in 50 years from now. How old am I now? Oh, I need longer than that. Crap. Let's just say 80 years from now. I'd let God give or take a few years. But like, I just gift my kids the stuff. You surely can't tax a gift.
It depends. It depends on how it's done. I think you've got to gift it within a certain amount of years before you die. Otherwise,
that's true. Everyone could just gift on a deathbed, innit?
Yeah,
that's true. It's mad, man.
So you say the best thing to do is if you got a house, and you're getting on, maybe put it in your kid's name before you pass.
Yeah, but you got to do it a certain amount of years before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I just do actually? I would just put my kid's name, but my kids understand that I'm living here. Then when I die,
but you don't know what kind of kids you're gonna have. Once you put it in their name, they might be like, "Mom, you gotta go."
Boy,
That's true.
can you imagine?
Yeah, but you also got to be careful because if your kids now grown up and they have their own house, once that goes into their house, goes into their thingy, they start paying a certain amount of tax on it as well. So you got to look at what tax benefits you lot more. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different thingies.
To be fair, we're on our way to upper class, so we'll know anyway.
And we'll let the community know.
Yeah. Well, I might not be able to because I might get kicked out of the upper class, but Emman will let you know. Emman's pro-black, he'll let the community know. But all right, let's get into what you say in our topic of the day.
So today's topic of the day is about change, essentially. As it is episode 100,
Yep.
let's turn the focus in on ourselves and our communities. So today's topic is a simple question. The answer may not be so easy though, right? But basically, if there's one thing you could change about ourselves, right, as a people, that you think could benefit us all, just one thing though, yeah? What would it be? In addition to that, yeah, if there's also one thing about yourself that you would change. It could be physical, it could be a mental, it could be the way you see things, whatever, that could make you a happier person, more productive, happier, you know what I'm saying, more, a better person for your family, for your community, and things of that nature. What would that be?
Damn, it's therapy.
It's Wellness Wednesday.
There you go.
That's hard, man, because I'm pretty perfect. So what would you change?
What would I change?
I can't think. You would have to tell me.
You got time?
Let's start with the community.
That should have you got time.
All right, got a long list.
I think with the community, I would say that I wish we were a community that looked out for each other more. That we're a community that supported each other and wanted to put each other on more and did not see each other as competition. I think we're further ahead. Like, see how the Asians, how they literally look out for each other, and when they do business, like the business is taking into account that, okay, I've done this, so what I'm going to do next is this, that. I just wish we had a tighter sense of community outside of when tragedies happen.
That's what I'm thinking. It's not even just like supporting each other. I can go to certain areas that I know, like our Asian areas, and all the shop owners are Asian. Everybody that owns all the property around there are Asian. It's all that whole nepotism stuff's going on. I could do it with all different kind of communities. You can go to, there's a Chinatown. I can go to an area and it's full of Jewish people.
Yeah.
But it's like the places that's all black people. It's like the black people are just there.
Yeah.
Like they're not
Just
they're not
exist
doing
there.
that.
Yeah.
They're just existing. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not like there's a black corner and you go there, every shop's owned by the black people.
Yeah.
All these apartments are owned by the black people. We've got our own community where we're self-sufficient and supporting each other. Like, we're just here on this godforsaken island just living, and I don't get why these other cultures came down and laid down roots and put all this stuff down in the community, but we didn't. I don't understand what that's about. You get me? So I wish we could have changed that.
Yeah, I think what you guys are saying is kind of the sentiment I share.
Yeah.
Just a better sense of community, togetherness, you know, not looking at each other as threats and competition.
Yeah.
And more, you know, helping our brothers out, helping our sisters out. And just, you know what I mean, just a better sense of togetherness. And I reckon we could climb the ladder so much more if we were all more.
But obviously it's harder there. These other races, these other cultures haven't been conditioned to look at themselves like that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's harder from our point of view. Our story is different. Like, we've gone through so much stuff, the propaganda, the media, the way black people are depicted in public and shit like that. So obviously it has an effect on other people, but like we said before, it has an effect on ourselves as well. You get me? So it's not understandable, but if we got to take into consideration our plight, you get me?
Yeah, no, for sure. Emman, what about you?
I'm stuck between two things really, but it kind of touches on what you guys said. First thing would probably be if we are able to unite regardless of differences. So, for example, in difference in religion, the way I don't know, just the way I guess one of the main things would be religion as well. Yeah. So, like, just because we, I guess, follow certain religions, like, despite all of that, we can still find a way to be like, look, let's kind of put that to, I don't know, second place in the priority list and make unity number one. If we could find a way to do that, I think that's one of the biggest things. And the other thing would be self-reliance. If we could understand and realize that all we need is us. Yeah. I think that would be the game changer, to be honest with you. Yeah. We don't need anybody else. All we need is us. If we can actually come together and sort certain things out and rely on ourselves, I think that would be the game changer, to be honest with you.
Can I say, I see a lot of you guys talking in the comments. If you guys will call in, the number is pinned in the comments. So call in, let us know what your opinions are if you disagree with something we've said, because someone's saying that we shouldn't speak on other communities when we're not in those communities because they also have differences. But but I'm
not talking about the differences between them. I'm talking about the stuff that I can
see
from the outside.
Exactly.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's not about, I don't know what the difference is. I'm not speaking on them. I'm talking about the things that they've done on the outside. I was referring to them buying up properties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I can speak on that because I can see it. I go to the shops and they own all the shops. They own all the shops in the local vicinity. Everything. It's all, you know what I'm trying to say? So I can speak on that because I can see that. And I don't know any example of that in a black community. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I don't know where they are.
Where they are, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because we're not saying they're perfect. They're definitely not perfect. I know that even within the Asian community, there's like colorism. I think South Asians, like Indians and Pakistanis and stuff, there's like colorism in terms of like if you're lighter, you're more appealing. You're considered more beautiful than darker skinned. So they've got the issues, of course, but sorry, but in what world would I want to inherit someone's problems? We've got problems enough.
There's a comment
like
here.
I'm saying, there's areas that are for people. Like I'm saying, there's Asian areas, wherever that for different cultures and different communities. But the black areas don't feel like that. It just feels like the black people are just there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, I think we can speak on that.
There's a
We'll
comment
like
here
we'll
that
like
says,
debate.
my thing is black people are uncomfortable playing a position. We're uncomfortable with hierarchy amongst ourselves. We all want to be the king.
Yeah, that's.
I can see
I
that to
can
be
agree
true.
with that. Yeah,
Yeah. And what? That's a problem, right?
definitely. I think. Yeah, 'cause I think that is definitely a problem. Because that way we're able to. I think sometimes there should be satisfaction in knowing that, yes, this person is my boss. For example, say you're my boss, right? But like, there should be happiness in me knowing that I'm able to assist in you achieving your dreams.
Yeah.
And then maybe one day it will be my turn where someone else will assist me. I think it's like we're not islands. Like we can't do this life on our own. We all have to help each other get to where it is that we want to get to. But I think sometimes within the black community, if everyone wants to be the leader, someone has to follow for you to be able to be a leader. You can't be a leader of nothing. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, so I definitely agree with that.
I think it's also the mentality and how everybody wants to be kings and queens as well. Like it's almost as though people feel like there can't be more than one king or queen.
Yeah.
So it's like I gotta bring you down for me to get up.
Yeah.
That's I think that's one of the main things as well.
Where do you think that comes from?
Who knows? Well, one of the biggest places definitely slavery.
Yeah.
Definitely slavery and colonialism as well. Because
That's where it all starts from, innit?
Yeah.
Slavery, from there being like the head slave or the one that sings it.
Or the
and then even like trickle through into like entertainment and stuff like that. Like when they drip through black people through like this time, there's only like there have to be like one leading black person in their profession at a time or something like that. That makes sense. It's not like multiple ones. So I think we see those kind of examples, and then for ourselves we think, well, boy, there's not enough to go around. Like you know, trying to say that we can't share that. It's got to be me or nothing. You get me?
Yeah.
That's
So
evident
maybe
in the
subconsciously
Western.
that's what we think.
That's evident in the Western society, but is that not the same back home, where there's just black people?
I don't know.
As in like
Emmanuel, the same as this whole, I'm going to take this place and I'm going to make sure that I kick anybody else from coming up.
yeah, that's back home.
I think it does happen, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But I think back home, even though we're home, like a lot of the effects of slavery, colonialism is still there. You know what I'm saying? So that mentality is still there. It doesn't matter where we go. We haven't shaken it. We haven't, you know what I'm saying? It's still part of us for some reason.
Why do you think that is? If that land wasn't as saturated with elements of slavery as the Western world?
Even though, I mean, some of the atrocities weren't the same as slavery, like the presence of like these colonial so-called masters, right, was there. You know what I'm saying? So that preferential treatment that they gave to certain people above other people was still prevalent. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably the reason why. And also, today especially, I think people look around and see themselves or see so much poverty, right? And they think to themselves, that can't be me. By any means necessary, I have to make sure I'm not in that position. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's pretty much why it's there, man. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's a combination of different factors, man. It's almost like people feel like there's not enough to go around. So in order for me to be up there, I have to, you know what I'm saying? I have to take somebody else down.
You know how like a lot of our issues actually stems from slavery? Do you feel like do you feel like we had the power to have changed some of these things? And well, actually, second question was going to be, if we did change these things, would we be further ahead, which we would be? But do you feel like we actually have the power, if we had focused on it, to have changed these things? Because it's crazy how I was going to say centuries after. Yeah, it is. It's been like 400 years or however long it's been. But all these years and generations after, we are still kind of going through the effects of that. Because I kind of feel like, in a way, we dropped the ball, not realizing what these effects and not working on it. And it's almost as if like it's a new age, but it's still the same excuse, quote unquote excuse.
I think it's one part of it is kind of like, say there's an issue with you, yeah. God forbid, like, and you're trying to treat the symptoms all the time instead of looking at the cause of it. I think that's like one of the pitfalls of black people. We just treat the symptoms. So something occurs, it must be the devil. Let's go to church. Or it's this, or it must be my family. Da, da, da. instead of looking at the root cause of all these type of things. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's part of the reason why we're stuck in this situation, man. We don't deal with real things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of fantasizing going on. Anytime there's major issues come up, it's like people always talk about things like how they want them to be or how they think like they should be, but they never want to like address like how they actually are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
And that's what the problem is, because if we have a realization of the way things actually are and have hard, honest conversations and like stare them down the face and then deal with them, then you can start to make the progress.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to say, like, if you're just fantasizing and dreaming about the way you want things to be, but we're not putting nothing in place to even make them how we want them to be. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Facts.
We have a caller?
Carter.
Hello. Hello.
Nobody on.
Hello.
Not you breathing heavy on the line.
Yeah, can you not hear me?
Yeah, we
we can hear you
can.
now, yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, you lot. How you lot doing?
Morning,
good,
man.
thank
We're good.
you.
How are you?
Great.
How are you?
You good? How are you?
Tijoke, is this you? Because last week, I think you just came off the block list. Okay, you're going to have to call back, babes. But
The line is struggling.
the line is struggling. Yeah, it's such a
Wi-Fi
shame,
call.
man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's such a shame.
Yeah.
I think
We're trapped in the system, innit?
yeah, it's like where it's like a cycle. It's just a cycle, and it's just mad, man. I don't know who black people are offended in this life like this. But someone said something interesting in the comments. Actually, she said, "It's Gin and Jish." She said maybe the issue was before slavery, as in how did such an excellent people become enslaved in the first place? And when you think about how slavery happened anyway, it was some of our own selling us out. So really, truly,
Yeah.
maybe we've been cursed since Adam and Eve era. Because that's, do you get what I mean? So maybe, because I think obviously slavery is what we can kind of grasp in terms of our memories and whatever, but maybe it was before slavery. Maybe this is just how black people destined to
They
be.
didn't just
Brent
walk freely
don't
into
give us
slavery,
no warning,
did
but
they?
it just phone.
We didn't just walk freely into slavery. These people came and
obviously,
like some people was collaborators and helping them. There's loads of people that's tried to stand up against them and fight against them. But man came with like advanced weaponry and all this kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And their evil ways. You know what I'm trying to say? That.
Yeah,
So
they had the upper hand.
some of these men never stood a chance.
Yeah.
They've got gunpowder and that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's facts.
Yeah.
And also, like, you have to remember as well, like, it wasn't white people against black people. It was, for example, the Spanish against tribes. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not the same as going to Nigeria and going up against 250 million people.
Yeah.
You're going up against certain tribes.
Yeah.
Smaller ethnic groups.
Hello.
Oh, deep voice. Hello. Good morning to you.
Yeah. Good morning, you lot. How you lot doing?
All right,
All good.
Happy episode 100.
Thank
appreciate
you.
it, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah, I just want to speak on the topic. If there's one thing that I could change about us as a community, I think it would be that everyone looks at themselves as like black first rather than everything else before being black. Because I feel like within our community, we're too divided. If it's not men versus women, it's Caribbean versus African, whatever, light skin versus dark skin, we're always fighting amongst each other when you can go to anywhere in the world. And as long as you have darker skin, you're kind of seen as like the lowest on the totem pole.
Yep.
And it's just kind of like, we should be together as a community before anything else.
Yep.
And then, yeah, and I think even when Emman and Yusuf were having that conversation before, and Yusuf was basically saying that it's not realistic what Emman would want our community to be. It's because of things like that. It's because with arguing amongst each other, we think about ourselves first before we think about our community.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing I'll change about our community.
Yeah, man.
And then for myself, what I'd change is probably, I wish I just took a bit more, like more chances, more how to go at more of the opportunities that were like in front of me.
Yeah.
Like, I think you spend a lot of your time, like, in your younger years trying to live up to what your parents' expectations are of yourself rather than setting goals for yourself and, like, just trying to find who you are as a person.
That's true.
And then, Yeah. And then as you get later on in your life, that's when you start to realize, and then you start taking more risks. But really, you should be doing that in like your early 20s, your teenage years, and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
All right, man.
I heard that, man.
Thank you. That's
that's good, man.
That's a good contribution, man. Thank you for that.
Self-reflection. Before you go, name.
I'm the doctor in DR that gave Marx his BBL.
That's a Y as well. That's a lava.
I'm actually screaming. That's so funny.
Mr. Anonymous, bro.
All right.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
But yeah, 100%, man.
Cool.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
We got to see ourselves as black first, man. Like, it's difficult to do because obviously we all come from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different languages.
Yeah.
But we have a common enemy. And that's the reality of the situation, man. And until we see ourselves as black first, this is what I was basically alluding to. All our belief systems need to come second place to what we are, to that unifying factor. You know what I'm saying? And I think if we could somehow do that, yeah, man.
But don't you think it's changing though? Like, obviously we was more divided before, like the Africans, West Africans and Caribbeans and whatnot. But in this day and age, don't you think there's more a sense of we are all the same kind of thing?
Yes and
that
no.
we mix more, we interact more, we understand each other's cultures, we embrace each other's cultures.
Yeah.
Like way more than we used to. You know what I'm trying to say?
There was definitely a carnival joke in there.
You know?
Oh yeah, oh my god, I missed all that stuff. They were going crazy about Afrobeats at carnival and that, innit?
Yeah.
Mate, it's crazy.
That was spinning me. I couldn't understand that.
It was wild.
I couldn't understand that. That's crazy. But
yeah, I think
so there still is a lot of problems then, innit? There definitely is. There's huge problems.
I think you're 100% right. Yeah, I think we are definitely kind of seeing ourselves as one, well, at least compared to, let's just say 10, 20, 30 years ago, right? But the issue is, I think we're also seeing other people as one. So, for example, it's not just Africans accepting Caribbeans, we're also accepting Asians and white people. And I mean, it's up to you if you want to do that as well, innit? But I don't think it's a conscious effort to accept Caribbeans as one. We're trying to open our arms up to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
I think it dilutes everything. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like we're trying to be one, but with no real purpose. You know what I'm saying? We're just used to everybody here because we all speak the same languages. We grow up in the same, areas and things of that nature. But not necessarily us consciously saying to ourselves, you know what? We need to sort something out here. So let's be one with these particular people that look like us because we face the same damn enemy every single day. You know what I'm saying? So I think, that little nuance there is a bit dangerous to us. But yeah.
So what can you do? What steps can you take towards fixing that, changing that?
Boy, I think just more of these type of conversations, man, where we kind of highlight the importance to people of basically doing those things. I think one good thing about, I mean, there's many good things about our people, right? But I think now more than ever is, I think we're consciously making an effort to highlight supporting black businesses. You know what I'm saying? I think that's good, but I think more of us need to try and develop that entrepreneurial spirit. Because I think all of us has got it, man. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone needs to do the same type of jobs, but there's certain things that if you go online, right, you just find out black people are doing that is just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same generic, like, thing that, like, 75% of black people do. You know what I'm saying? So, like, something as small as, I don't even know, man. Like, even the other day, I bought some skincare thing, right? From a black, what they call it, Temple. Big up Temple, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't even received the product yet, but hopefully it's good. But still, big yourself up, right? Only because I bought it yesterday, innit? Not because they're slow and they're dispatching and whatnot, innit?
And you gotta make that clear.
Yeah,
because,
100%. I'm believing in them, innit? I'm gonna review the product. But anyway, little things like that. Instead of just us, for example, thinking, you know what, we can just invest in studios, or you know what I'm trying to say, or regular things, or be music directors, right? Like, we're doing other things that kind of help us in everyday life. Hello.
Hello.
Morning, everybody. So I've got a couple of opinions on this. So first of all, we've got to remember that in Africa or anywhere else where you don't consider your skin as black, because it's until you come over to the UK or somewhere else that the community isn't largely black, you don't see yourself as black. So if you look at communities as a whole, people are largely out for themselves unless it's inherent in that community to give back to the community because there is evidence that there is benefit to you. So nothing is going to change in the black community unless we become less selfish and start seeing the value in giving to the community because it will benefit ourselves. There are so few people on this earth who want to give to the community just to give to the community.
Yeah,
I agree.
That is very true.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, 100%.
I know that sounds like a bit of a downer, but you know.
No, we need to reflect on these things. It's like, I'm hoping that this conversation will get everyone thinking to like, for us to have a better mindset of being more of a community rather than a lone islander.
And I think that's pretty much also what I was talking about in terms of why I think slavery happened in the way it did. Besides the things that Mark's mentioned about them just having superior weaponry when it comes to war, it's because they didn't attack black people as a whole. They attacked tribes. You know what I'm saying? And I think the same thing is occurring today because we kind of see ourselves as individuals, like tribes, still to some degree. It may not be as specific as we just see ourselves as Yoruba or Igbo, and I mean we do to some degree, but still like in the UK we see ourselves as African and Caribbean and stuff like that. But if it was just black, you know what I'm saying, then like the caller is saying, it'll be harder for them to divide us, and it'll be easier for us to strengthen ourselves and do real productive things. But yeah.
Happy we will.
Thank you.
Is the caller still there?
Thank you.
Thanks, babes.
Thank you.
You ain't ready to tell us what you need to change about yourself yet?
Not use lot. You, babe, you go first.
Use lot.
Talking about use lot.
Kick it off, King.
In it? Go off, King.
No, I don't know. I need time. I need more time to reflect.
I think for me, I would wish I would procrastinate less. There's stuff that I wanted to do or did. Okay, do you know what it is? Now, let me bring on under one umbrella. I wish that I had believed in myself a lot more from when I was younger. Because there's things I wanted to do and things I did start and I never followed through with it. And when I think of how far I would have come now, like today, with the stuff, I'm just like, girl. Like, I always wish I could go back in time.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because then you think I'd start now, wouldn't you? And then, so in a few years' time, I'd look back again.
Yeah.
But no, but I think, I think that's one thing. I wish I believed in myself more. And I think the mindset I have now of like how I am as a person and growing and being so sure of myself and just believing in myself and literally rooting for myself regardless of what, like other voices. Because I'm in a place where I don't even look to people for compliments. Like whether good or bad, I don't want to internalize anyone else's thoughts about me. I wish I got here quicker.
Okay.
Do you get me when I was younger? But then at the same time, I think that everything I've experienced in life and everything I've been through has got me to this point. So I think moving forward, it will serve me greatly. But I think that's one thing I wish I could change about myself is believing myself earlier.
Okay. What, am I next?
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of things I'll change about myself. Funny enough, actually, yesterday I had like a 7-hour conversation with someone. Just a lot of like reflection, a lot of me coming to the realization about a few home truths about myself and just how my childhood, upbringing, relationships have molded me into the person I am today and whether or not I'm happy with that and just how the effects of certain situations in my past have contributed to how I am today, right?
Yeah.
And I've got a ton of things. I'm extremely self-reflective as well, and I'm extremely aware of my faults and things I don't like about myself. But one thing I will share that I wish I could change I am a crazy overthinker. Like it's enormous, and I think it's been to my detriment a lot. And it's hard to convey in words. Yeah. But I'm a like, if people knew how my mind actually works, they'd be very surprised.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not. I think a lot of the time I give off a certain image that I'm actually not.
Yeah, you give off very like
in terms of
calm and chilled.
How I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
I give off calm, chilled, nonchalant, whatever. But in here, it's nothing like that.
Wow.
At all. Like, I'm the complete opposite in my mind, innit? So that's one thing I could change, is that I didn't overthink as much.
Yeah.
Do you have you thought of how you can like remedy that?
I don't know. I've tried. I don't know if therapy will help, talking more. But I feel a lot of it is just internal work, isn't it? Like there's nothing tangible that can be given to me. There's nothing. I mean, it's all internal, isn't it?
But you know what it is? I think though that I do think therapy is not the answer for a lot of things. I think sometimes that's people's go-to.
Yeah.
But as someone who doesn't really like to share and stuff like that, I do think therapy will help, because I think it puts you in a position where you have to think about where something's come from.
Yeah.
So I'm like you, where I reflect like a lot. I journal, I do all these things. But I think sometimes when it's in your mind, there's only so much that you can reach with that. So I think when you speak to other people, or you speak to like a therapist or someone that you really, really confide in, it allows, the more you talk about something, it's almost like it's clearing space for new memories. And when new memories come, that's when it kind of unlocks where certain traits come from. Because I believe that every trait we have has come from somewhere. Do you get what I mean? Like, even with me, I know me talking fast has come from somewhere. Everything about us and who we are has come from something, from somewhere. So I do think that if, for example, you were to go down the therapy route, I think that would help you realize why it is that you do overthink. I think that could be helpful.
Yeah, it could do.
Yeah.
Daniel has suggested a book, The Power of Now.
Okay.
It says you have to practice being present.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe Daniel could gift Yusuf that book on his birthday.
No, why wait till then? This change starts today.
My birthday's not until June.
Exactly. Change starts today. Who's next?
That's Emman. Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know, because things that you want to change are kind of things that are like out of your control. Obviously, like I'm kind of like happy with myself, like flaws and all kind of thing, like because that's what, it's like you're saying, that's what makes me who I am. Everything that I've been through and whatnot, it kind of makes me who I am. So I kind of learned to accept it and enjoy it. So I don't know what I want to change about myself. Sometimes I'm like, maybe if I don't even know what the word is, that I need to be a bit more like vulnerable. Maybe I'm a bit too hard. You get me? Like my heart's a bit too cold. Things that I've been through, I've had to make myself cold and strong and not vulnerable. Like I don't get help from people. I'm always helping people. I could be like a good support system. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, but from young, I just always felt like I have to be strong for everybody else. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like I have to be the strong one, because if everybody sees me fucked up, then everybody's gonna be fucked up. You know what I'm trying to say? So I have to be strong. Like I have to be cool because I have to make sure everybody else is all right.
Yeah.
But then there's never no time when I'm making sure that anybody's making sure I'm all right, or I even like allow people. That's probably what it is. I'm not saying, no, it's not that people don't want to check me. It's me. I probably don't even allow people to do it. You know what I'm trying to say? That to allow people to make sure that I'm all right, or to look after me or whatever. I'm always like, no, don't watch nothing. I got this. You get me? I'll do it by myself. And it's because I feel like I can do it. But it does take its toll sometimes. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So maybe just allowing myself to just be more vulnerable and be helped more. Maybe that would be better in the long run for me. You get me? Because obviously you keep taking all this stuff on board and whatnot. But like eventually something's got to give, in it.
Yeah.
So maybe just allowing myself to be more. I don't know what the word is. What's the word I'm looking for?
It's kind of like more vulnerable.
Yeah,
Because as much as you're there for everybody, someone needs to be there for you. But I think it could be what you've said as well, where people do want to be there for you, but because you're so used to being the one who's there for everybody and taking care of everybody, you don't allow yourself that vulnerability to allow someone to take care of you.
Yeah, because it wouldn't feel right.
It's out of your nature.
It don't feel right. I don't like it. I'm always like, don't worry, man, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be cool. It wouldn't, that feeling of just, that is that vulnerability. I don't think I'd enjoy that feeling. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm just on some soldier fruiting. You get me?
Yeah.
I'll be cool, because what else am I going to be there? They ain't no other choice. They ain't no other option anyway. So regardless of whatever it is, I'm going to be all right anyway. You get me? So let me just keep going.
I think one of the things that might help you with that, I think, is because I'm kind of like that as well, where I don't like to be Like, I don't like to talk to people about stuff. Even if you can see that I am down and out, I will be like, no, I'm fine. Do you know what I mean? But I think one of the things is something that because it's so, something that you do so naturally and so quickly and instinctively, you kind of have to be intentional about allowing other people to be there for you. And I think one of the things that helped me was understanding that people in my life, they actually care about me. Obviously, not everybody you can trust them, whatever, but the people that want to show up for you and want to talk to you and want to do these things, they genuinely care. Do you get what I mean? And I think I kind of had a moment where my friends, not that they took offense, but I could see that it was starting to make them feel a way where they would come to me to help them with stuff. But then when I was going through stuff, I would never tell them. And it's almost as if they tried to take offense. It's like, oh, don't you trust me? Don't you... Do you get what I mean? So I think just understanding and knowing that people do care about you, like genuinely care about you and love you.
If it's weird, I'll just pull away. I'll just pull away and just go by myself and just do my problems by myself. And even like people that are close to me, people that I know care about me. If I'm going through things, I can't even be around them. You get me? Because of the way because I know that they care about me, the way they're gonna be with me and the way they're gonna treat me and shit like that. I can't even be around them. I don't want all that shit. You get me? I'll just leave me. Let me just sort myself out. You get me? But I don't know. It's fucked. Don't know how you change that.
Yeah, it's difficult, but I think it does take like intentional work. In all honesty, it really does. It's not easy at all. I'm still struggling with it, very much so. Because sometimes it don't work out the way you think it's gonna work out. But yeah, I think it does take. It just takes work, man. Really, because what I always think about as well. Sorry, is that I've kind of been like, well, I'm 27, so there's certain habits I've had for 25 years. And so I will be so hard on myself when I wasn't adapting what it is I want to do now. That makes sense? But I'm thinking I've had this habit for 25 years. It's not going to take me a month to get over it. So I think just being intentional, it will help.
Hello? Caller. Hello?
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 Yeah, hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
sir.
this is Yusuf.
Yeah.
No, I just thought I had what else in the back. All right, cool. Yeah, I just wanted I'm live, yeah? All right.
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah. All right. What I'm saying is, from what I'm saying, it's not we say these communities, it's literally a brother starts or a husband or a man just starts a business with his family members, he passes it on. I think that's what's missing from our community. There's no two brothers starting a business. There's no like a father passing a business on to his son or that kind of link up. I think that's our issue. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, generational wealth.
Yeah. I guess that could start with us then.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Exactly that.
Because if our parents, if our parents haven't had the capabilities to pass businesses on to us, then obviously we can start the trend, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I do think though we will do that, because I think that with us, I think we've got better opportunities than our parents had, in my opinion. Obviously, when they came, they basically had to start from scratch. But I think they're working hard and everything has put us in a better position to know more. Like, we have more knowledge, and I guess because the other day we spoke about how with our parents, they felt like them coming here was like, I don't want to upset them because I've been allowed to come here.
Yeah.
But we've kind of got this mindset where we're like, listen, we belong here. Obviously, we know we've got back home, but it's like we're not allowing anyone to tell us we don't belong. We fight for our rights and things. We want to be represented in places where I guess, quote unquote, have no business being represented in. So I do think that our generation will be the change. Very so anyway.
I think our issue is as well, with our parents, they've got this idea in their head that we're only here for a short time, we're building up back. So like as long as I've known, my mom's been sending money back. But I haven't even gone back. Yeah, I'm not even. Yeah, so I think that's the issue where they haven't been setting up place here. They've been trying to build up back there, and
I think that's what we should be doing.
Not even had that conversation with us. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, because I saw I've even said it on there before. Like, then people used to say like, "Oh, go back to your country" and stuff like that, and then I used to get hell of offended. And then now I'm older, I'm thinking, nah, man, they had the right idea. You get me? But obviously, no, trust me, like fuck this place. But obviously, like I think like a lot of people here that are being successful, and obviously not everybody can do it, but like the percentages, the elites, I think we should be looking to build back our infrastructures and put our money back home. You know what I'm trying to say? Wherever back home be to you, whether it be Africa, whether it be the Caribbean, I think that we should use the advantages that we got from being over here and making money over here, and then send it all back and build up the infrastructures back home and focus on us really, rather than building up this place and that. Really, when you think about it for real, that's the right idea. I think that's what we should all be doing.
I agree with that, because you know what? That's why I rate NSG so much, because they went to Ghana for a couple of years or whatever. They saw how like it's lit over there, blah blah, and then they went back and they created their own establishment, Area Boys. Like, they actually have their own club. Do you get me? And so I think stuff like that is really good. And I think I've read other people as well who go back and like build homes and all that kind of stuff. I do think where the community
got bare yards over there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think where the community, even Skepta, and he went and took a chieftaincy over there as well. But I think where it should be, what will be good though, is that as much as we're doing these things, I think it would be nice to do these, like go back home, build homes, build businesses or whatever, but also build it in a way where the community get to benefit from it.
Yeah.
So it's not a thing where local people can't afford it because you've gone and built a business that's so like up.
You don't want to gentrify Africa.
Exactly. Do you get what I mean? Yes, I feel like, I think,
you know, like with anything you want to do, there's going to be gain in it in business. You're going to earn and stuff like that. But the aim should be to help though,
to further the community.
Really. Because you can do both at the same time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say.
It's possible. Otherwise, basically, are slave owners.
I think basically everyone needs to have like a real purpose in it. I remember, I think I mentioned this on the show before, but when I used to work in Metro, I met one Ghanaian guy, and he was coming, talk to me about different things here and here and there.
Yeah.
And then one day he came in and basically he withdrew a lot of his money in it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what's going on? He said, oh, I'm moving back to Ghana. I said, oh, is it? He said, yeah. He said, basically, some years back in it, when he was a student, he and some of his guys in Ghana made a decision. I think it was like maybe about 6 of them.
Yeah.
All of them came to the UK to study different things. So he was in social work.
Yeah.
Somebody was a doctor, somebody was a lawyer, different things. Like, these are all in the same friendship group. They came to the UK and they made a pact basically saying, when we get our degrees, make a certain amount of money, set up our families, this, that, and the third, we all move back to Ghana.
Sick.
And take all of this that we've learned, the experiences, all of that type of stuff, and benefit home. And that was his time.
That's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? He followed through. It wasn't just talk. It was actually him doing something and it following through.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. It's like when I went to Nigeria this year, and one of the ladies, actually, if you're listening to us from Nigeria and you live in Abuja or you visit Abuja, check out Uchi's Beauty Lounge. That's where I did my braids. They're absolutely lovely and just amazing service. After some other people try to make me tussle, but yeah, they were really amazing. And the manager there, she was talking to me. She was like, "Do you know what? You should come back and set a business like back here and like think that way and like just do something for back home." She's like, learn something and bring it over here, something that we do not know, that we do not have here, and just bring that back home. Because she was like, honestly, like we need more people to be setting up businesses, but like back home, here, and like you go abroad and you live there, blah blah, but like whatever skills you learn, whatever opportunities you have over there, like use it for something back home, which I will be doing in the next few years, God willing. Yeah. But no, that is definitely a good thing, a really good thing 100%. To do.
All right, hold on. Yo, caller.
Guys, I got a team's meeting. I say.
All right, babes, have a nice day.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate
it. Bye, man. Hey, TD to the world.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
For calling in.
But yeah,
there's still 2 people left I need to hear from.
Oh, Brent's gone, babes.
Yeah, Brent's
gone.
He's got to record receipts.
Can't find the help nowadays.
You honestly, you can't get the help.
Yeah, Brent's gone, man.
Emman.
Yeah.
Emman, then go and go, kid.
So you look, yeah. Okay, so basically, I think for me, I think sometimes I can be a bit too idealistic and optimistic. I think it's necessary though.
Yeah.
Because I really believe in black people in there. I believe, and if I didn't, I wouldn't, like, the decisions I made in life wouldn't be such.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like I have to believe that things are going to be substantially better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to understand not everyone can be saved. Some people are going to have certain mentalities to the day they die.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to discern that moment where you cut. You know what I'm saying? Where you cut someone off or just separate yourself, because sometimes it could be the detriment of you and also the community. You know what I'm saying?
You have to understand that, because life's a journey. We're all on our own, like I tell people all the time, and it's nothing bad. Like people grow apart or whatever. It's not even like that. I'm on a journey, and the facts is, there is not enough space for everybody in this car.
Yeah. Facts.
That's just it. You get me?
It's
Like,
true.
there's just not enough space for everyone in this car. But sometimes people feel bad about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Take offense.
But
Take it personally.
yeah, no, I'm saying even the person driving the car feels bad, feels
Yeah.
that guilt from the people
Yeah.
that they're leaving, that they're watching outside the whip, and they're not coming with them on this journey, and they
Yeah.
feel that guilt about it. But I can't think like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not.
True.
This is my car. I'm driving, and whoever's in it. If you can't get in, you can't get in. Sorry, hey, it had to be you. But
Not
I'm
sorry, it had to be you, child.
I'm trying to. I've got to be focused and driven now. You get what I'm saying? That wasn't my mindset all the time. I was always worried about everybody else and making everybody jump on the car and come fit in the boot, squeeze in. There's space here. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
And you know what? That in itself is growth, because you start to realize sometimes you spend so much time trying to bring other people with you that they don't even want to come. You're kind of projecting on them.
They don't even want to come.
They don't want to come. Do you mean you're
True,
basically
though,
projecting
it's
on
my
them?
dream and my vision. It's not even yours. I'm forcing it on you. Like, it's like, no, you know what? It's cool. Let me just worry about myself. Man.
Exactly. And I think sometimes that's the hard realities of life, where it's like I want better for some people, but honestly, some people are very just for lack of a better word, but they're very small-minded. But the thing is, their small-mindedness works for the kind of life that they want. It's just my mind goes beyond this. Do you get what I mean? And so I've got to do what I've got to do. So unfortunately, I think that, of course, we can be for the community, but I think in a way you kind of have to be for you, in a way. Do you get what I mean? Certain things you've got to be for you. And then I think in being for you, you kind of get further, and then that way you're able to then pour into your community.
Right.
You know, you definitely have to. You have to be selfish, man. Obviously, there's a tipping point in it where it can get, I don't know, whatever the word I'm looking for, but you do have to be selfish though, because you're the most important thing, like, in your life.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? And even if you've got family, wife, kids and stuff like that, and they are important to you, but you still have to understand that you're the most important thing. If you're the one that's driving this ship and you're the head of the household, because it's the buck stops with you. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you need to make sure you're patterned so your children are going to be all right, so your family can be all right. Yeah. So you have to be selfish and put yourself first.
Yeah. That's true.
I just want to say one thing, because I've just seen our good brother Chijoke basically say, man, this is the big issue. Not everyone black is pro-black. Like, we got man defending Queen Lizzie for doing the best for her country.
Not them.
Regardless of the effect they had on our people.
First of all, don't address E-Man and then say you got
know
man.
What I'm saying?
Say his name.
You have to understand something, I don't need to obviously prove my pro-blackness, right? Believe me, right? You've never met someone more pro-black in your life. Believe me, right? That's the first thing. Second thing, right? You have to understand certain things in context. Queen Elizabeth did what she did for her people. It's not about defending, it's not about this, that, and the third. It's about understanding for her people, this is what she did, this is what she represented. Yes, it's against us, but I'm not necessarily seeing, I'm not basically speaking on the fact, on basically the effects on us. I'm speaking on what she did for her people and why the majority of the population basically are given a reference and things of that nature. Yeah. You can have, you should be able to compartmentalize certain things. You should be able to assess situations fairly and understand certain things. It's not about, okay, I'm defending her, this, that, and the third. Firstly, I don't think there's much to defend. She doesn't have power. She doesn't have the power you think she has. This is the government. The government have the power. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's there as the good, head of state, as a figurehead to kind of, be the middleman in certain situations, this, that, and the third. But the government, this is pure formalities. The government just give her a certain amount of respect. But in terms of decision making, she has no power. You know what I'm saying? When Mugabe had a situation with the UK, and they made that agreement at Lancaster House with Tony Blair, and I can't remember the president of America at the same time. The Queen wasn't involved. It was the government. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so people need to understand these things. Stop conflating things.
They think people should just go read a book, man.
This is
go
it.
Check history,
you know what I'm saying?
The monarchy gave up power to the government years ago. Like, so long. Like, ages ago. Like, it's not. You know what it is? Yeah, I get it, because you don't have to care or respect or any of that stuff, but like you're saying, just use common sense. Like, people are getting upset because everything's stopping and this stuff and the funeral and rare. You don't have to care or rate or respect anything she's done. Just acknowledge the fact we're in their country, and she's the fucking queen.
It's
what did you think was going to happen when she's like, bro?
It's not a complex thing to comprehend.
Yeah.
It's very simple. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we can't be here. Why are we celebrating people's death? If people want to celebrate her death, fine, it's up to you. But you can't expect me to celebrate. Like, being pro-black isn't linear like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of Pan-African people are socialists. Some are capitalists. Are we all meant to think the same? Again, we were just talking about unifying. Why should we allow our difference in ideologies and things that need to further to divide us? It doesn't make sense, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So please, man, let's think better. But yeah.
Well, I mean, if that don't shut you up, I don't know what will. But I think this has been a very good, wholesome conversation, and I do hope that we all get to where it is that we want to get to in terms of like personal selves and what we want to do for the community and stuff. I think that we will be a good, shining example and light.
Yeah, hopefully.
To the world.
Yeah.
Amen.
Conversation's a bit heavy for me today. I had to just tap out.
It's all right, babes. We can say that sometimes.
All
right, let's get into our next headlines. I thought someone was going to co-sign that.
Sorry. Obviously.
So
Brent's got me controlling the cameras now as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, and also Brent spelled your name wrong.
How do you spell it? The little heifer.
ESTER. What's that?
Oh, Brent.
Oh, blimey.
You know a man for 4 years. That's my biggest pet peeve.
There's no H.
We need to talk when he gets back.
Have you got the cue button for the music as well then?
No, that's
on Emman.
Yeah, so I'm just changing the cameras.
Yeah, you and I just get to sit here looking cute.
See me walking back and forth.
Yeah.
All right, Emman, now.
But and he done it twice, so it wasn't like it was like a one-off mistake. He done it. Your name is here twice, isn't it?
I need to see how my name is saved on his phone then.
He spelled your name wrong both times.
We need to talk, Brent, when you get back here.
All right.
Cool.
So, the next headline. Huh?
This is right on brand.
Yes.
Or right on conversation.
Exactly. So, will Jamaica seek to become a republic? All right. So, the proclamation of the new monarch, King of Jamaica, reverberated around Kingston Harbour, a port that once stood at the heart of the British Empire. For generations, the Crown and British traders made fortunes in Jamaica, trading sugar, cacao, indigo, and of course, slaves through Kingston's vast natural harbour. But in the 19th century, it had become one of the principal ports in the Western Hemisphere. But as the booms of the gun salute faded, King Charles III ascended the throne with Jamaica at a crossroads in its relationship with the monarchy. Earlier this year, while they were on the island for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, Prime Minister Andrew Holness told the then Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, "We are moving on." So recent polls suggest that more than 50% of Jamaicans now support the idea of moving on, right? And basically, it's thought that Queen Elizabeth II's death may have accelerated the process. Okay. Professor Rosalia Hamilton, who's the coordinator of the Advocacy Network, which is pushing for the constitutional reform, said, "The conversation starts again. The more we talk about it, the more Jamaicans are waking up. They're learning their history, a history that was not taught to us in schools, that was hidden from us. Do you want, as a head of state, a monarch who is not prepared to apologize, to atone, who is not prepared to demonstrate regret, responsibility, or begin a process of repatriatory justice?" No, obviously. King Charles King Charles hasn't issued a formal apology to Jamaica, though he did acknowledge slavery, saying the appalling atrocity of slavery forever stains our history. In Barbados last year, Prince William expressed profound sorrow when speaking on slavery while in Jamaica in March. The ties to the monarchy in Jamaica run deep, as everybody knows, ingrained into the island's politics, history, institutions, and constitution. And while attitudes over allegiance or being considered loyal subjects may be changing, the Queen was always regarded with affection by Jamaicans.
I told you, my nan loved the Queen, boy.
Mm-hmm.
She had a picture of her in her yard, but she wasn't playing. Serious one as well.
Actually screaming.
Yeah.
You know the older gen, they'd have to have a picture of what they thought was Jesus.
Ornaments around it. I think she might have used to burn incense and sage around her. Anything. I don't know.
No, Elizabeth Temple.
There was a picture there. Trust me, they were crazy. Ain't Jamaica got independence already?
Yeah, that's where they came off the.
But they want to be a republic. They got independence in '62, I believe, 1962.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So what does that mean, being a republic? What's that mean?
Basically, it's a situation where the head of state is not a monarch. It's basically the head of state is somebody that's put there by the people deciding.
democracy.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're saying even though they've got their independence, the Queen's or the monarch from England is still seen as the head of state?
Yeah. Because I
And
think
how's that independent then?
they're independent in that they have they make their own decisions in terms of like the prime minister. They have the prime minister and that, but they're linked to the Commonwealth and all that, innit? So they still have that connection there.
So that making themselves a republic, that takes them out of the Commonwealth.
I believe so. I think it's part of the process. Yeah.
I mean, Barbados did it, right?
Yes.
Barbados did it. They might as well.
Last year? I think last year.
It was last year. Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
They might as well.
Yeah. So yeah. You know, funny enough, I had the conversation with the guy, who's probably, I don't want to overestimate his age, but he's probably in his 50s, right? Jamaican man as well. And he was saying...
I ain't going to say overestimate his age.
No, because just in case, but he's pretty much 50-something, right?
Okay.
Or probably 60 now, yeah. So obviously it's a different generation to us. But he was saying, and this was like 2 days ago, and he was saying, I'm cool with everyone calling for us to leave the Commonwealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about obviously Jamaicans, right? But he's saying, but what will actually change? What will actually change? When we leave the Commonwealth, what's actually going to change for Jamaica? You know what I'm saying? And it may sound, again, to those people out there who can't really put themselves in different positions to think from different angles, right? But I think it's a legit question. Like, what will actually change? Would this benefit Jamaica? You know what I'm saying? Would the people actually think different and do something different?
Sometimes I wish Nigeria was still colonized. I think we might have gotten further. Because I think there would have been more like... I think we would be living in a way better. Not that it's going to be perfect, but I feel like maybe better than how it is now. So yeah, that is a valid question.
People will definitely try and twist what you're saying.
That's your business.
I hope people can understand what you're saying in context.
You don't understand.
Understand. You know people don't. Yeah.
I told you guys what I was working on it myself. I said I don't care. So all the best. All the best. I said what I said.
But it's funny you say that because a lot of people, like especially the old generation, they always speak about, you know what, just after we got independence in 1960 Nigeria, the dollar and the naira was equal.
Yeah.
And now today, what is it? Is it like, what is it, 500
It's
naira?
stupid. It's just embarrassing to even bring up in a conversation. My mum always says that. My mum always says that, you know, after the independence and all that stuff, like Nigeria was actually good.
Yeah.
There was all that, like things were happening, the economy was growing, like, and then along the line, it just started to get polluted and just here we are.
It's sad, man. It's sad. And even if people kind of want to say, you know, that's because obviously it was just independent, right? As in they just got independent. So obviously, you know, some of the things from colonialism kind of trickled through and continued. Hence the reason the dollar and the naira was equal. There's also another set of people who then say, okay, but look at the discovery of oil. That happened similar time to when it happened in the United Arab Emirates. But look at the difference. Look how things have been used, the resources have been used to benefit Dubai and that whole region compared to Nigeria. There's something that we need to, as a people, again, we spoke about this earlier in Topic of the Day, we need to like rectify immediately, you know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, man, we're really just...
Them Arab nations was not left untouched, but they was left to their own devices, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like with Africa got divvied up ages ago. So even when they found out, no Africans won't benefit that was England, France, Holland, Belgium, Spain, like wherever, you know what I'm trying to say that. So the damage was done time ago. Like they never stood a chance. Anyway, you get me? So it's kind of fucked up.
But remember, the British were also in them Arab states as well. You remember
were they?
Yeah, they had them places there. They had Palestine. They had all them. You know, all them. That area it was kind of influenced by. Because you remember the British Empire was all over the place.
Yeah, it was vast. It was vast. It was huge.
You know what I'm saying? So they had a lot of influence there as well.
Yeah.
But
I want to read out a comment. Someone says, "It's Life of Bodge." Is this the singer? Let me know if it's you. But so he says, LOL, they would have wiped Yoruba and Igbos out. Northerners would have had control over everything. Do you know what's funny about that? That's what's happening right now. The Northerners are trying to wipe everybody out. So maybe we might have better quality.
Is he saying if like what they would if what?
If because remember I said how I wish they were still colonized kind of thing. Maybe we would have had better. We would be a better nation right now. Okay. So he's saying that if that was the case, they would have wiped out Yoruba and Igbos, and Northerners would have had control over everything. But the Northerners are trying to get control over everything right now. If you look at the news every single day, it's about some kind of attack in Igbo land somewhere, and people being literally killed and the land's being stolen and farms being possessed. Like, it's all of that mad stuff anyway. So, and they said Emman has infected Esther.
How?
Listen, when it comes to Nigeria, I'm pro-black in that sense. I'm pro-black in life in general, but
That's it, man. Everybody here is, man. But anyway, so our next headline is
I was going to say, man, you're sitting
sorry.
tight. You need to change it. But yeah. Sorry, there's another headline.
Our next headline is pretty much an update on what happened to our brother, Chris Kaba. So basically, the family of Chris Kaba says the officer who shot dead Mr. Kaba in South London should have been suspended sooner. So he has been suspended. The 24-year-old rapper, who was unarmed, as we know, shot unlawfully and was killed by a single shot in Streatham Hill on the 5th of September. Mr. Kaba's family welcomed the suspension but said there was no urgency around the whole investigation. The police watchdog, Independent Office for Police Conduct, IOPC, began a murder investigation on the 9th of September. And speaking on behalf of the family, Mr. Bosello, who's Mr. Kaba's cousin, told Radio 4's Today programme, "We welcome that decision, but to be honest, I think as soon as the second a criminal investigation was open, he should have been suspended from there. You know, first we wanted a criminal investigation open, and that took 4 days. And then the officer being suspended took another 2 days. So it seems like there's no urgency in their dealings with this tragic matter." The Met Police said in its statement on Monday, the firearms officer had been suspended due to the significant impact on public confidence, but its decision did not determine the outcome of the IOPC investigation.
I saw a tweet earlier. I don't know if it's true or not. They were saying a lot of the officers was trying to hand their guns in.
Oh, is it?
Was a sign of solidarity.
Like just protest because of my man got suspended or something.
Oh. I thought they were standing with the blacks. That's a stupid thought from me.
When I glanced over it, that's what I thought. But then when I took it in properly, I don't think that's what they're saying. They're saying like, right, they're suspending my man. Fuck you, we're not thinking. Because obviously that's not a good thing if they bring their guns in. They need the firearms police, isn't it?
Anyway, to be fair, one thing about the white police, they're going to look out for each other. But what is do you reckon, like, in this kind of situation, the police officer can actually go to prison for this? Or is he covered by the fact that he's a police officer? So they can just be like, well, we thought we're under threat, blah, 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 come up with a good story.
Yeah, that's what will happen.
Yeah, that's what about to
But is there any way in the law that they could actually possibly be prosecuted for something like this?
No, but I'm sure in America...
It depends. His friends ain't going to throw him under the bus. You get what I'm trying to say? So they're going to, whatever story they're going to concoct, it's going to be in the parameters of the law that afford them to use certain kind of force and whatever. And even though obviously they overdone it, it's going to massage the information to just suit them, innit?
But wasn't there a case in America where the officers were prosecuted?
Yeah.
My man, one of them just went jail the other day, innit?
Isn't it George Floyd's one?
Was it George Floyd's one?
Yeah, remember, I think they were, I think they got sentenced. They actually got sentenced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they got some time. They got
the guy who killed George Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing 20 years.
Yeah.
He's doing 20 years.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, that was definitely, they felt the pressure from the fucking world.
Yeah, for that one.
That was different. That was different. And that was in lockdown. Everybody was focused. Everybody stood still and pointed all their attention on it.
But like with that one as well, it's like, obviously not doing Struggle Olympics, but with that one, you could see that there was kind of intention behind it, even though this one was intentional because they shot the guy in the head. That's mad. Do you get what I mean? That's a whole.
I think it's still literally like it's literally the reaction because we was in lockdown and no one wasn't doing anything, and it galvanized. If you see that's what some of them documentaries about things that was going on, like there was in unison, the whole world, like the whole fucking world, came outside and went crazy. They had to feel the pressure of that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like a decision had to get made on that. Then obviously it's the same situation where they killed someone unlawfully, but the response is not the same. You know what I'm trying to say? That the response is not the same. They're not feeling. I don't feel like they're feeling that pressure just from the way they're acting. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like they're not feeling that pressure. But it's not even like the same amount of pressure is not being applied. It's not the same thing. You get me? So I don't know. I don't know. I hate to be like, I don't know what the word is, but I don't have much faith in being appeased from them.
And that's reality. That's the sad reality. I'll be shocked if anything happens with that. I think what they tend to do, they let people make noise, and then when it gets a bit quiet, they sneak them in back through the back door. And before you know it, like in maybe a year's time, the guy will be back working.
Yeah.
And they'll just say to me, just don't do anything again that gets you caught on camera, or gets you caught like that.
But even so, even if they did stop working or he got suspended or whatever, like you can't. I told you, there's no walk of life where you can just kill people. Only hitmen and police do it. Like even if he lost his job, he's still gonna walk around as a free man.
Especially the way they killed him.
Hired again and stuff like. You know what I'm trying to say? Like either way, it's just taking the piss.
It's mad. But you know what? Let's lift things up a little bit and let's get into Word on Road. It's a reflective episode.
I know, but still.
I've enjoyed this episode, man. I think it's good.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad episode.
But yeah, it's a lot of heavy
I'm saying
topics.
the mood is kind of heavy, innit? It's down.
Well, you I'm about to lift it up. Let's hope Emman's last headlines are
This is
not...
what we're here for, man. Have proper serious.
No, I hear that, but no, it is. For me personally,
you get me?
I was having this conversation yesterday for 7 hours. I'm not even joking with you.
Yeah, it's draining.
So for me, it's like, right, again.
Here
already.
we go again.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try and lift up the mood a little bit. But so this is good news because you know I love a marriage. So Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber have celebrated 4 years of their wedding on Tuesday, which I think is amazing because when I think about it, I was quite shocked by this. I thought, oh, you've been married for time. 4 years is a long
Justin
time.
Bieber married?
Yeah. Okay, Marks.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, he is. 4 years.
Who's this girl? What's she look like?
She's a model.
Yeah.
Hailey, she's a good white babe.
Let me see. Hailey Bieber.
Yeah, Hailey Bieber. It's really, really cute because obviously, he was moving. He obviously came out. He was a young guy, blah blah. Then decided to move mad and all sorts. And then he kind of literally had a come to Jesus moment. Justin Bieber.
He was moving mad when?
Moving very mad.
When?
He was doing all sorts of peeing on the balcony. He had a monkey, a pet monkey. He was doing all sorts. So he was moving. He was derailing.
Must have missed that.
Must have missed that. I remember he was derailing, and then I remember Comedy Central had a roast.
Yeah.
This was when he was kind of getting back to being himself, and then he wanted to really show how serious he's about being, changing. And he had a roast where different people were.
Man.
What's that?
No, don't
Man.
ask us to reload the comment.
She is meaty. I don't even want to chop her.
I would hope not. That's someone's wife, Marks.
I don't give a shit. My wife. Anyway, sorry, as you were.
He said it ain't my wife.
The pum father,
Listen, we're living us a name. But yeah, so we had that, and then on Comedy Central they had a little thing where basically people were like roasting him and stuff, and I think that was kind of the turning point in him, that just being a bit more sensible with himself. And then he literally had a come to Jesus moment. He became a Christian, and he became a Christian, started going to church, got baptized, and then he got married. But
after he got paralyzed.
No, that was afterwards.
That was recently.
That was recently. Yeah, that was recently.
I was just thinking, I was wanting to know what turned into Jesus.
No. He turned to Jesus in a good place.
No. Paralysis will turn you to Jesus.
You're getting my nerves. But yeah, so she tweeted 4 years married to, no, not tweet, sorry, Instagrammed. 4 years married to you, the most beautiful human I've ever known. Love of my life, thank God for you. Which is really, really cute. And he said, happy anniversary to my best friend and wifey at Hailey Bieber. Thanks for making me better in every way. And basically around the time, they'd known each other for like years, because I think her dad introduced them to each other. But around the time he was still with like Selena Gomez and all that kind of stuff. And then they kind of started going out officially in like June 2018. And they got engaged a month after that. And then they got married in November.
Can I just ask you something? Because I'm always confused when this happens, yeah. Because I'm always told, yeah, that like friends can't speak together. If you're friends, you don't speak together. Oh, you're not a real friend if you slept together and all this kind of stuff, yeah, all this crap, yeah. Then people get married and say, oh, my best friend is my best friend in the world. And I was like, well, I thought friends don't sleep together. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
well, Marks, sometimes if you're friends with somebody, but there's never that attraction to them, right? To want them as more than a friend. And then over time, just randomly, something happens where you start to see them as more than a friend, and then that's when you then pursue the relationship, and then it's like, oh, I actually married my best friend. But then there's some people who as well will meet someone they didn't know, and then they kind of become best friends through their relationship and the marriage and stuff. So
you can sleep with your friends, technically.
No, that's definitely not the message. I just no. I did not endorse that message. I think it depends. I don't think you can sleep with your friend I think it depends on the individuals. If you're someone who actually sex is just a physical thing for you, and you won't catch feelings and stuff, and that person's not someone you want to build a life with in any capacity, then I think you could sleep with your friends. Don't know what kind of friendship that is, but you can sleep with your friends. Yeah, it's a physical friendship. But then the problem is that sometimes things start away, and then the more intimate you get with someone, now you want more. Now you're trying to change the scripts, but now we're both not on board with the new scripts, and that's when confusion gets into it. But I do think, if you think about the fact that some people can, as in women and men, can sleep with, someone and they feel nothing for that person, you could with your friend, but when you think about it, you love your friends. Do you get me? So you're going to feel something. And then when your friend gets in a new situation, now you're hurting because your friend is with someone else, and now you're a bit jealous because they don't need your services anymore. Someone else has been employed. It's difficult. But I say all that to say, ladies, when a guy knows, he knows, because they met in June and they got married in November. Very quick.
It's been 4 years.
And it's been 4 years. So that's really cool. My next bit of positive news as well is that Cardi B visited her elementary school in the Bronx, and she donated $100,000 to them. So they knew she was going to come. It was a planned visit and stuff, and all the kids were going crazy and all that kind of stuff, which is really, really cool, because sometimes you see celebrities go to kids' schools and I'm like, I know they told them kids to scream because they don't know who you are. But obviously Cardi's she's down with the kids and stuff. So they're all really, really excited. And in her, when she was talking to them, she was saying how a lot of the teachers were really tough on her because they saw something in her. And she said, I was a bad kid, but I was very special to a lot of these teachers, and I still got them in my heart. And then the $100,000 donation was a surprise, so they didn't see that coming, which I thought was really, really lovely. And the chancellor of the school, he said, "We are thrilled to welcome Cardi B back home to IS 232 in the Bronx, and we are so grateful for her generous contribution to the alma mater." Americans love words. Cardi B's commitment of $100,000 for the arts will help the school kids soar to their highest heights. And she recently as well went to visit another school in Queens, that which was an event for a community event, and over there as well, she was really lovely, and they said that she is a testament of what representation is, and growing up in a low income neighborhood and viewing her education as a way out. So they kind of use that to kind of just encourage other students and stuff like that. Would you guys ever go back to your school and donate money?
Donate money to what? My school?
Yeah.
No way in hell.
My mosque? Yeah, not my school.
Yeah.
Bro.
I think I'm more of the person who would have an interview in the future and you surprise me with like my teacher, one of my favorite teachers or something. I don't think any school has had such an impact on my life.
Yeah.
For me to give you guys money like that.
More so teachers, isn't it?
It's more the teachers, schools, yeah. So I would be the type where like I would like fly a teacher out to an important event I have or something, and get their hotel paid and all that kind of stuff. Say again?
You can ask me questions from before. I only just got the chat up. Someone said, "Mars, did they invite you back to your school?" Why would they invite me back to my school?
Because you're great, and they want to use you for clout now.
Yeah, and I don't think they care about me. My school's like in Islington as well. It's like a white school.
Yeah, but they might use you to do the all blacks Black Lives Matter. Because whenever a school is white and they get the black person, I'm like, shut up. It's just for image.
If anybody's there from my time, they remember me, man. They don't want me back, man.
I'm a terrorist.
Like, we don't need the publicity that much. That is too funny. But on to my next one as well. It's kind of in line with, kind of believing in yourself and all the kind of stuff we've been talking about in terms of growth and believing in yourself and all that kind of stuff. So obviously Britney Spears has got the hit song "Hit Me Baby One More Time," but actually apparently the song was written for TLC.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently the song was written for TLC, but they didn't want it. So the writer, Max Martin, he then promised it to Britney Spears. But at the time, Simon Cowell had a band called Five. Any of you remember? Yeah, Five.
Yeah.
So he wanted it for Five. So someone called him and said, "Oh, there's this song that's proper sick." And then the person played it for him. And he was like, "Oh, I want that." And then got in touch with the writer, Max Martin. And he was like, "Oh, can I get the song?" And the guy said, no, sorry, I've promised to someone. And he's like, listen, I'll pay you anything. I'll buy you a Mercedes. I want the song. And the guy said, I'm sorry, like I've promised it to someone. And the guy said, and then Simon said, who? And the guy said, an artist called Britney Spears. And Simon said, listen, mate, I'm going to give you some advice. No one with a name called Britney is going to have a hit.
Yeah.
Look at sis today. Look at sis today. So I just thought that was
not today.
Not today. I was just about to say that.
I was thinking that. I was thinking not today.
Just I was gonna say. I thought let me just stay positive. No, but no. Today because she's come out of that conservativeship.
But also, yeah,
she's living her best life.
See the videos that that's what I'm about to ask. The videos that she puts up online of her just dancing. And then the music that she's put there doesn't even correlate.
It reminds me of the Azealia Banks video where she's with a cutlass or something. And she's dancing, and they put every kind of song you can imagine, and the moves go. Do you know what it is with Britney? I just think she needs time. I think she's missed out on a lot, and she's trying to just catch up with life. But she does love her. Someone on TikTok did a Britney Spears be like, and it was the funniest thing because it's so accurate. She just stands in front of the camera, and her pant is always so low.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and she just does her poses and does that, and then she moves and she does. It's just I think she's just trying to carry on. And then her kids, flipping twats, bruv, them kids. They are honestly ridiculous. They are, so basically her ex-husband has been talking about her and saying she's not an unfit mother, blah, blah, blah. But I think that what he's done as well is poison the minds of the kids. So the kids are now leaking audio of her like telling them off. Not one of the kids, So I think he was like naughty in school or something anyway. And she's like, you spend too much time on your phone, you need to focus on school, blah, blah. So she's like, I'm going to take your phone away. This boy is talking back and doing all sorts. And I think because of the way, I guess they haven't been shielded from what the media says about her.
Yeah.
So they've seen stuff in the media. They've seen how their dad talks about her and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So they disrespect her as well. They talk to her as if like literally she's like nothing. So then she gets annoyed about it. She's like, don't talk to her. She's like, at the end of the day, I'm still your mum kind of thing. And the kids are like, yeah, just about. Like, they say the wildest... Yeah. To be fair, though, it's on brand for the white culture. They talk to their mums like that. You know, mum, shut up. They do all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So she's kind of... At the moment, she's got a lot going on in terms of her ex-husband. He keeps talking about her, calling her a bad mother, calling her all these things, calling her crazy. And I think he's also fed the kids' minds about all that stuff as well, where the kids believe all of that negative stuff as well. And obviously, she's in a new marriage now. I think... her life is not, it's just not one to envy, man. But I do...
It's a sad story, man. Because she was a legend, man.
Honestly.
She was a legend. Even that Hit Me One More Time, it wouldn't have slapped like that if TLC done it.
No, it wouldn't
have. It wouldn't have kicked like that. That's Britney's rhythm.
Yeah.
That's her thing. It's mad that you could... Yeah, it's fucked up, man. Life, man.
Yeah, even someone in the chat said, what she went through isn't normal. It's an accomplishment, I think you mean. That she's not in a permanent psych ward. Honestly, sis has been... I can't imagine her mental battles. It must be wild.
That's the thing. Whenever I look at her, I just see mental health, you know.
I feel bad for her.
Yeah, it's MH. It's MH. That's nothing else.
Yeah. I don't see... Yeah.
And I think that she's probably got like...
It's not her fault. It's literally, it's not her fault. Any behaviour she's displaying, any way she's acting, we just got to allow her, man. It's not her fault, like you're saying. Just be lucky that she's out on road. And I think, it'll show her pum-pum online and that. Like, just let her live, man.
Well, she ain't doing all that. To be fair, though, she just blowing out the nipples and the...
You know what I'm saying?
The clip part.
She's definitely showing her pum-pum online. She is like outside.
She is outside. But you know, I just feel so bad for her. But it is an accomplishment that she's not in a psych ward, like permanently. But, and I do think as well, it must be like PTSD as well, because imagine trying to tell people, and also as well, because when all of that stuff about her conservatorship was taken away from her dad, it came out that he used to drug her for her shows. So because sis was always working, and she had a Vegas residency for years, and she was doing stupid amount of shows. Well, that was because he was like drugging her. So she's basically been drugged for like years, allegedly been drugged for years on end. It's mad, man. I feel so bad for her, but I hope she continues to heal and just gets back to herself. And if she does do music again, I hope we can, we all support it. And it's nice enough for us to be able to support it, in all honesty. But yeah, big up Britney Spears, man. And then my last one is exclusive to the Metro. They reported that Floyd Mayweather is set to fight YouTube star Deji in Dubai.
What?
In November.
Bro, that was my exact reaction.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're due to fight on the 13th of November in Dubai. How do you guys feel about that?
Do we need to tell the people that it's not Esther Deji? It's
Yes, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
First of all, listen. I'm not gonna be my market on here. I'm single as a babe. But no. It's not Love Island. Deji.
To be fair, I got a
Because
question.
even when he was fighting the other day on that pay-per-view thing, people saying Deji's fighting. I was thinking, fucking hell, he's going for it. Like,
You're gonna be famous at all costs.
E-man, I think you're probably the most avid boxing fan here, right?
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you,
I don't know
do you
about
think these exhibition fights are ruining Floyd's legacy?
Not if you're able to separate them and recognize this is not real. This is not real.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So not really.
Not really?
When I first hear it, I think, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah.
And then I think, he's just making money.
Yeah.
It's just you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's
Yeah,
just,
no.
Yeah. So I don't think so. I think
I think the second he loses one, it might put a little taint on it.
But do you think he will?
Probably not. No, as long as he keeps winning that, because like you're saying, they're not proper boxing matches, they're exhibitions. He wants to keep getting money.
Mm-hmm.
People would still want to see him fight. I probably prefer to watch him fight someone else other than Deji or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I don't think it. He retired with what he retired with, so his legacy is cemented.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? His legacy is cemented. Like, I think Roy Jones and Tyson were supposed to have the exhibition. I think even if they did have it, I don't know if it went ahead or not. But stuff like that don't ruin their legacies, really.
Yeah, obviously within official boxing, his legacy is cemented. You know, he's got the record or whatever. But just in terms of, I don't know, maybe his public image then.
I think some people feel like he's just being a bit of a joke man, isn't it? But at the same time, I think if you just step back of it for like 2 seconds and just assess it for what it is, it's just a way to make money and just to entertain people. You know what I'm saying? And what's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? Deji is now going to be like his whole public persona is going to be taken up like mad.
This is going to do wonders for him.
Wonders for him.
You know what
I'm saying?
Especially if he puts in a good performance.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, he's just I have to big up Deji, man, because his last performance was good, you know. Like I saw did I see the full fight? I think I saw the full fight. If you saw the way that other guy was gassing before, talking about he's gonna kill Deji and all sorts, Deji dealt with him.
Okay.
He dealt with him. And he actually looked like a professional. Someone who just started, but still he looked like somebody who knew what he was doing.
Okay.
You know what
I
I'm
didn't
saying?
see it. I couldn't watch it. I don't know who these people are. That's the first time. A lot of them, it's the first time I'm even hearing their name. So I was just like, I wasn't engaged. I couldn't watch that shit.
Yeah, they're all like YouTube guys. Isn't
Yeah, like obviously for those who don't know, Deji is KSI's younger brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only found out like yesterday or something. I don't even know.
Oh dear. Yeah. So
Is there another boxing headline or that's later?
no, that'll be later on. Yeah. But so that's interesting, I guess. It's funny enough actually because yesterday KSI tweeted, "Deji will be my next opponent." Shortly after that, actually no, he tweeted it 2 days ago.
Is
The
it?
day after is when
Okay. Oh, so he was just probably making a joke. I saw an interview Deji done. He said that him and KSI wouldn't ever fight.
the brothers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who as the parents, you've got to do the mum's support one person, dad's
He was saying
support.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Saying the same thing.
That'd be so orcs. But yeah, so we'll see anyway. People's Journal? Yep. Let's get into it. Theatre where you're playing two roles. You quickly take your hat off, put the wig back on, take the wig
Running up
off.
and down.
All right. So, welcome to the People's Journal, people. Well, I'll give you the news from an economics point of view. First thing is, did you like hear about Centre Parks? Okay, let me
What's happened to Centre Parks?
Basically, you know how everyone's basically wanting to take part in this bank holiday and everything, yeah? So Centre Parks pretty much said they want to do the same thing, right? The issue is people who are in the middle of their holiday.
Well, you got to pack your bag and go.
Yeah. They're basically telling everybody you don't need to leave for 24 hours.
Sorry, are you sick? Sorry, I'm sorry. Nothing, not you as in Centre Parks.
Yeah.
Are they okay? How am I on
They
holiday?
lost their mind.
That's a hotel saying they're closing down for the day. So if y'all can leave and then they can come back from Tuesday. People are doing
I'll
too
tell them
much.
I'm not going. I'll say, you know what? If you want to send the staff home, then send them home and I'll just look after myself. I ain't leaving.
I make my own damn
You're
eggs.
mad.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm mad. You're going to have to forcefully remove me from it. I'm not leaving.
I said, they can't even do that because the police will be at their queen's funeral. Or 10,000 of them.
Not the day before.
True.
This is what they said here. They said, as a mark of respect and to allow as many of our colleagues as possible to be part of this historic moment. That's why they're doing it here. But they said, we hope our guests will understand our decision to support our queen on her final journey.
They don't.
None of them did.
I said on
Or
the
do
final
you?
joke. Let me know. Let me not talk.
Yeah, so all of them are like this unprecedented criticism, pretty much.
Do you know do you know the most pathetic of all of this year is the people who are actually cancelling the funerals of their loved ones for the Queen's funeral.
No.
I heard that that's the government doing that.
It ain't them cancelling it.
Okay.
They've been forced to cancel it.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
that's even
Yeah,
worse.
that's what, I haven't looked. That's only stuff I've seen online. So you got to take stuff you see online with a pinch of salt. But I see it said that they're cancelling funerals on the 19th.
Yeah. Like the actual companies,
Are cancelling
they're
it.
cancelling it. It's not like
Like the
us.
cemeteries and are not
Yeah.
open and that. Like, you get me?
Wow.
Is that actually true though?
No, it's true.
Let
yeah.
me find.
Well, I saw this online. I'm not sure.
Yeah, let
what it
me
is.
find out what the man speaks.
Yeah, man. It's people are upset, man. Like, for example, someone said on Twitter, they're so pissed off. Basically, I'm so pissed off with your decision, Centre Parks. You've ruined our family holiday that we have been saving and eagerly waiting for months. There's no acknowledgement of the wider impact to your customers. Our wasted holiday, booked off work, further travel costs and all that type of stuff. Someone said, what do you propose we do on Monday? As we have nowhere to go and it's too far for us to drive home and then drive back the next day. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, apparently. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's even for real because obviously it's a problem for the people that are in there on their holiday already. But what about everybody that was supposed to check in on Monday?
Boy,
Yeah, exactly.
said you can't. There's no room in the inn. But no, apparently, the National Association of Funeral. There's an association for everything, isn't there? National Association of Funeral Directors said that while some planned funerals will go ahead, others have been postponed, and the decision to change dates has been led by the bereaved families involved. Okay, so I guess some people have agreed to it. And it says, in a statement, it said, most funeral services booked for 19th of September will have been arranged many weeks ago. So funeral directors and cemeteries or crematorias are working with families to find the best approach for each one. If you even imagine I had a funeral and you're calling me to discuss nonsense. How dare you dare me? What kind of foolishness. Yeah, that's mad, man.
Yeah, a lot of things are.
So they're going through with it and they're actually stopping them.
No, so some are going to be cancelled. So I guess they're calling up people, and so if you say that you want to cancel, you want to postpone yours, they'll allow it. If you don't want to postpone, then they'll go ahead. But they'll probably judge you if you say you don't want to postpone.
I don't give a shit.
I think workplaces should offer. Now that I know restaurants and stuff are closed, my workplace might as well offer overtime. I wouldn't mind working on Monday in that case.
What, our restaurant's closing as well?
Apparently,
So.
So what are we gonna eat?
bruh, supermarkets are closed. Tesco and them.
Yeah.
What, is Deliveroo working?
No, you know they wouldn't. Actually, to be fair, I think certain cultures would.
Yeah.
Some people,
exactly.
money have to make. Don't matter what. Because
Yeah, it depends on what religion you are. No,
Yeah.
Church of England stuff. I might have to just go get a little shawarma.
a what?
Man says
A what?
shawarma.
Shawarma. Them, all that.
You remixing it. Man said shawarma. Shawarma.
Oh,
What is it? Shawarma?
It's shawarma.
Yeah, shawarma, right?
Yeah.
Or is it
Wait,
shawarma?
are you saying it's shawarma or shawarma?
Shawarma.
Shawarma.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I
Shawarma, not shawarma.
That's what Mark said.
Yeah, I thought it was shawarma.
I thought it was shawarma.
I thought it was shawarma.
But then again, I first heard it when I was in Ghana, so.
Shawarma.
No
I
disrespect.
see
to
people saying that. Obviously, I see someone say that it's because she's the figurehead of the church and all that, Church of England shit. That's why they're doing all that stuff, which makes sense. But I also see someone complaining about if it's going to affect like Jewish and Muslim people because they like to get buried like within 24 hours and shit like that, or like quick and all that. So is it everything across the board, or is it just like Christian and Catholic shit?
It should be just Christian. Sorry, because what's my business? What's her business with Islam? You gotta bury who you gotta bury.
Yeah, for real.
Because that is true. That is something that they do according to the book. So you can't. Yeah, sorry, mate.
But a lot of Muslims, they have their own like
grounds.
cemetery grounds, innit?
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, that's true. They don't need the people.
they won't care about that.
Yeah, man.
All right. So, and the next thing, don't know why my screen just went somehow, but basically it's about employment and unemployment rates. And after COVID, kind of made sense that employment rate kind of everything fluctuated. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. But what they're basically saying is, the employment rate fell to 3.6% in the 3 months to July, which is the lowest since 1974. Obviously, it's a beautiful thing, right? But the problem is the employment rate and the number of vacancies also fell. So it's kind of, it's not like that went down and employment went back up and stuff like that. Yeah, everything's kind of dropping at the moment. So basically, the whole boom that kind of began like after some time after the pandemic is pretty much coming to an end now. It's kind of leveled out and everything. So yeah, not the best of news. Yeah, and obviously, as we mentioned many times before, rises in actual regular pay is also falling as well. It's also failing, pardon me, to keep up with the rise in living costs. Like I've said plenty of times, everyone should be trying to get wage increases, if possible, in line with inflation. You know what I'm saying? Which is obviously the reason for all these strikes that we're seeing in the public sector. Yeah, that's it for that part. And also, as a lead on from there, it's looking like grocery inflation, the grocery price inflation, has hit a new record. And now it's at 12.4%, which basically means the average food bill, obviously it varies in size of households and things of that nature, but the average annual food bills has gone up by £570. Yeah, man. So
it's wild.
Yes, it's wild.
Money off the Mick.
Yeah, man. Like, so yeah,
side hustles, man. Everyone's got to start taking up side hustles, man.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, like I keep saying, and all of these things, yeah, people kind of need to factor in. I think, obviously, Liz Truss did a decent job, at least now, in the temporary, in lowering the energy cap. Remember, Ofgem put it up like an extra £2,000, but she's brought it down from 3.5 to like 2.5. So that's going to help out. But yeah, people really need to kind of plan ahead, man, because it's I don't really see things getting better right now, innit? So yeah, sorry guys for the bad news.
Yeah, this is one heck of a 100th episode, boy.
I told you, yeah, we're distracted because I've been watching the news. I was watching RT News. I was watching it yesterday morning before we went online, and I'm saying the whole world is like marching and shit about energy crisis and all that. Like all these elections going on, like the energy crisis is probably the most important thing. Like people are going crazy about energy, and in England, we're just talking about the Queen.
Yeah,
honestly.
No one don't even business about nothing. Everyone's just gonna pay whatever they're gonna say. They're sick over here.
Honestly. Right. But before we even get into the next segment, I just want to tell you guys to like the video, and also share it with people in your group chats and all that kind of great stuff. Yeah, the video will stay up when we're done because that's how we do now because we're just so advanced in our production levels. But yeah, let's get into Wellness Wednesday. Hopefully lift up the mood.
Let's go.
I'm back.
I'm not gonna lie. I put the camera on your seat from when you're over there.
No, yeah,
so that they can see you walking in.
I don't know why you've done that. I don't know why you've done that.
That is so funny.
I just saw one grey boxes cracked.
All right, people. Dear. So, being as it is episode 100, yeah, I thought it would be good to kind of get some quotes from the 7 tenets of the New Black. So if people are unaware, if you go to thenewblack.com, you'll basically see the culture, right? Or pretty much the foundation, the overarching principles that kind of bring the New Black together. Everything that we stand for, right? So I thought it would be good to kind of get some quotes from there.
I'm not gonna lie, 7 tenets sounds a bit cultish. I like the 7 tenets of the New Black.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where you were taking it. I said, okay.
All right. If you don't want to say tenets, principles, right? Pillars, right? Cool. So the first one is taken from the great Booker T. Washington. He's also featured in Wellness Wednesday before, and this is what he says, right? In all things that are purely social, we can be as separate as the fingers, yet one as the hand, in all things essential to mutual progress. I'm going to say that again.
Yeah, I was going to say, bring it back.
In all things that are purely social, we can be as separate as the fingers, yet one as the hand, in all things essential to mutual progress.
I like that.
Yes. And the second is from another great called Audre Lorde. Love this woman. Her writing is amazing. And she says, advocating the mere tolerance of difference is the grossest reformism. It is a total denial of the creative function of difference in our lives. Difference must not merely be tolerated, but seen as a fund of necessary polarities between which our creativity can spark like a dialectic. Only then does the necessity for interdependency become unthreatening. I'm going to say that again. Advocating the mere tolerance of difference is the grossest reformism. It is the total denial of the creative function of difference in our lives. Difference must be not merely tolerated, but seen as a fund of necessary polarities between which our creativity can spark like a dialectic. Only then does the necessity for interdependency become unthreatening. And I think that's totally in line with what we were talking about earlier on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the last thing is from the great, again, Frantz Fanon. And he said, each generation must, out of relative obscurity, discover its mission, fulfill it or betray it. Each generation must, out of relative obscurity, discover its mission, fulfill it or betray it.
What's this generation's mission?
Boy.
To mash up the world and just put fuckery on TikTok.
Well,
being fuck nigga free. I'm joking.
F-R-E-E.
Fuck nigga free. So this is the problem. This is one of the problems with the generation. Everything's a flipping joke.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully that meant a lot to the people. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it tied in perfectly with everything that we spoke about earlier.
Definitely, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Topic of the day and whatnot.
Yeah. I agree. Alrighty, let's get into.
Do the reminders.
Let me do the reminders. Emman about time to get to his destination. So you guys know we have segments. We're laughing at.
Up on the camera.
Guy, man. You two having too much fun over there. But you guys know we have segments asking for a friend. Sis, what would you do? If you'd like to send your dilemmas in, we do give amazing advice in my opinion. It's 075-6484-1073. Also, you can send stuff into TDA submissions at thenewblack.com. Do let us know what segment it's for. And yeah, let's get into our last headline for the day.
All right. So, the last headline. I can't even hear myself now. But yes, it's about Benjamin Mendy and the case that we spoke about a while ago. And so basically...
Trigger warning,
thank you. Even though it's written there, I don't know what's happening. But yeah, Manchester City footballer Benjamin Mendy has been found not guilty of one count of rape on the direction of the judge at his trial. Mr. Mendy, who's 28, was cleared at Chester Crown Court of the rape of a 19-year-old woman at his home in Prestbury, Cheshire, on the 24th of July last year. Co-accused Louis Saha Maturi, who's 41, was also found not guilty of 2 counts of rape against the same woman. They remain on trial for alleged sexual offences, which they both deny. So the entire trial is not over yet, right? So Mr. Maturi was also cleared of 1 count of sexual assault against the same woman. On Tuesday, Judge Stephen Everett ordered the jury to clear the defendants of those counts after the prosecution offered no further evidence and formal not guilty counts were entered.
Some of these girls are taking a piss. Have you heard some of the stuff that's going on in that trial?
No.
Yeah, no, it's not. Some of them is going to bust because when they're getting interrogated and that, it's just going to fall apart. A lot of these, a lot of them holding up. Piss, yeah, I don't know about all of them. I'm not really a rapist sympathizer yet, but I was somewhere with someone who's works in close proximity to Mendy, like knows him properly, and they told me under no certain terms that they think he's going to bust all those cases because it's all bullshit. But obviously, you don't know. You have to see how it plays out and wait to see what you hear. He's got like 8 different counts or something. I guess like 6 different counts or something. So we'll see how it goes. Wow. But that's one down. Ceremony to go there. But there's a lot of accounts that them girls are giving that are shaky. You get me? We have to see how that.
And stuff like that's annoying because sometimes you're like, one person will say it where it's actually like a real thing, and obviously sometimes you have like women who are just making up, just kind of adding to that story. But I think it then takes away from the actual person that actually had a storm kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, but if they didn't do it, it's good that they're getting
can't be
justice.
crying wolf and doing them stuff because you just mess it up for people that are really being abused.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's the
obviously,
thing.
but it's probably like blurred lines because even like some stuff that man's heard, like he sounds like he is a bit starving. You get me? But being starving doesn't make you a rapist. You get what I'm saying? If you're around these men and indulging all their fuckery and enabling it, and then trying to come up and trying to capitalize off it, because a lot of them are googling his net worth and trying to find out how to make money. Like it's all yucky stuff, really. It's horrible. But obviously, you have to wait to see till it plays out because he might get guilty of some of them. So I'm not trying to defend him or nothing like that. Just saying.
Oh no, definitely not. But yeah.
And our last headline is boxing related, and it's to do with Anthony Joshua.
Okay.
So Anthony Joshua's team have confirmed they have accepted terms set out by the team of Tyson Fury ahead of a potential fight on December 3rd.
Finally.
Yes. Joshua's 258 management and Matchroom stated on social media that communication had been halted due to the passing of Queen Elizabeth II and that they are waiting for a response. Frank Warren, who's Fury's promoter, has since replied saying, "Contract will be with you very soon." Fury recently challenged Joshua to a long-awaited all-British showdown and offered the two-time world champion a 60-40 purse, which is a 60-40 split. After it emerged, a prospective undisputed clash against Usyk would likely have to wait till 2023. The 34-year-old initially highlighted November 26th at Wembley or December 3rd at Cardiff as potential dates for the fight. So yeah, hopefully they sign it, man. They can get it done.
Yeah, man.
I've been doing some journalism, man. I got been using some of my sources from the boxing world, reliable, solid sources.
Yeah.
And they said to me, they don't believe this fight's happening.
Why
Even once all the advancements are happening, like all the stories are coming out, even yesterday's one about he signed the contract and whatnot. I read back to them and I'm saying what's happening, and they said they will be like amazed if this fight takes place, and if it does, it's going to be in Saudi Arabia because that's where all the money is. It's not happening in Cardiff. This is what I got told. I don't know. We'll see how good my journalism is. moving forward. You get me? We'll see. If the fight does go ahead, I'm going to change my sources, obviously.
Yeah, you will have to. Can't be a false broadcaster in the streets.
But that's what I heard, though. So I'm not getting too excited about it. I'll do, if it does happen, I need to make sure I get tickets because I want to see them speeches live. I want to see AJ's speech. I want to see Fury's speech. I think it's going to be box office. But then also, it's a clash of dates because I'm supposed to be in Sweden watching Burna Boy.
Oh, so you actually got it?
Got what, the tickets?
Yeah.
Not yet, but I'm a serious man.
I love it. You got big faith. No, I love it. I love it. People want to walk in faith.
So, but the thing is, if this fight does go ahead, who do you think is winning?
Fury.
I reckon Fury.
Yeah, man.
The thing is, the fight this seemed kind of random though. Like as in AJ just lost the fight.
Yeah, like, relax.
So for this announcement to come now, it seems that's why what you're saying to me feels like it can be true.
Yeah.
This fight may not happen.
Yeah.
I think it's come too soon after AJ's loss.
Yeah, but what does Tyson win if you do? Because does AJ have any belts to give him?
No.
So
but he wants to retire anyway, and he's been flirting with retirement anyway. So
AJ or
if he
Tyson?
does Fury, I can see why he would want it. If he does get that fight, he'll be happy, big massive payday. Then he can just ride off into the sunset. You get me?
Yeah, true.
So I can see why he would want it. But even AJ, even though it's quite soon, and he's coming off the back of 2 losses and that.
Exactly.
But even if it's possible, I could see why he would want it. That's why I was a bit surprised when I heard what I heard, because in my mind I'm thinking, boy, this slightly makes sense. You get me trying to say? Like it's what everyone's been waiting for fucking ages as well. Yeah. So if they can get it done, then get it done.
It makes sense, but for AJ, right? Is this the right fight for now? He's just come off 2 losses. Now he's going to go into another fight being the underdog. If he loses 3 in a row, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he needs the payday anyway, man.
That's
he might be cooked. He might be cooked anyway, because then what if you don't fight him? Who's the next fight? You're going to try and make him fight Wilder? Like that, man. There's just your stock's just dropping. You get me? Yeah. Obviously, it's lucky for him if he can get this. This is good for him. Even though it's short notice. This is probably would be what he wants.
Yeah.
Either way, because if he loses, he's going to get the biggest payday out of all the fights that are available. Yeah. But if he wins, he's going to be back on track. He's going to get belts and stuff.
Yeah,
like
true.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, mate. it makes sense. It makes sense, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
I think Fury's chosen this time for Joshua because he feels like this is the easiest time to beat Joshua as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, off the back of them 2 losses, the confidence level of AJ is going to be kind of low, innit? You know what I'm saying? So I think
for me, Fury's been the best heavyweight for God knows how long.
Yeah, definitely.
I just don't think it's. If he lost that, I'll be surprised.
But remember, styles make fights, innit? So like, I don't know. I think AJ will do a better job than I think most people are thinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if he's gonna beat him, especially off of these 2 losses. I feel like if I'm AJ, I would fight somebody else. You know, get a couple wins under my belt and then fight him next year. That's what I would do.
But that might go. He's been the way he's flirting with retirement and stuff like that. There might not be no next year to fight him.
It's true. But Fury did just come out of retirement, innit? So it's not like he would just fight a bum and then retire again. Because I think Fury only wants this fight because Usyk said he doesn't want to have it this year. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Usyk was like, no, I can't do it this year. And next year. So he's like, okay, fine. Well, I need to fight somebody.
Hold on, well, AJ was asking Usyk to fight again.
No, Fury.
No,
Fury.
I thought, right, AJ's dying for it.
That's for punishment.
You know, funny enough, I saw Wilder talking the other day, talking about how he'll be up for a full fight, you know, with Fury. He's still talking about Fury cheated, you know.
No one wants to see Wilder Fury again.
Yeah.
Like, nobody in the world wants to see that. Like, I don't think Wilder wants to see that. He's like, you don't want that. You don't want that smoke. No one wants that. He needs to go fight fucking Andy Ruiz or something.
Wait, no, I swear that's been announced.
Yeah. I think they will.
No, it's been announced, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. What's been announced?
Okay. Wilder Ruiz.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I saw Andy Ruiz post a poster yesterday.
Oh, sick.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. See, that's can't fight a fate, man.
Yeah. It's happening.
I think that'd be a good fight, you know.
You think so?
Yeah. Because Andy Ruiz is good, you know.
No, well,
yeah,
he can fight.
Yeah.
He can fight, man.
But he took the piss after he won that belt, man.
Yeah.
He was going out, he was partying, he was, you know what I mean, drinking and all sorts.
He took the piss, man, to go back into a world title fight like that. But you know what it is? You can't even blame him, man. He wasn't expecting that, man. His life would have been a whirlwind after that. You get me?
Facts. The first heavyweight, first Mexican heavyweight of all time.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. But he's fight.
He got hands though.
Yeah. He's quick. He's quick, man. Like he beat Ortiz.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like it was a good fight. But if Wilder is able to hit Ruiz like Ortiz hit him, then Ruiz might be going to sleep.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Night, nigga.
Yeah, man, for real.
All right.
Alrighty. Should we get into let's get into Done Out Ere. Well, we need a moment.
A moment first.
A moment. Okay, moment's done. Done Out Ere.
Yeah, I should have read this doc before, shouldn't I?
The nominees are.
You know what we're gonna do?
I'm not gonna lie, that number one looks crazy.
Nah, I'm gonna both save that. I need to read up more on that. In the spirit of our 100th episode, and life's about balance, I'm gonna go for some white on white crime.
Let's do it. It's a new black.
It's not even funny. It's not even a funny case anyway. These people are monsters, man. They're evil. Georgia Newman, 29, and Jordan McKell Kilkenny, 29, tortured their daughter.
Oh wow.
Yeah, not even, and it's not even the real dad either. It's the stepdad. Yeah, they left to put the little girl 5. Yeah, left her in a cold bath, that ice bath. Yeah, for 45 minutes because she was being rude. That's some kind of punishment. You know what I'm trying to say? And then basically, after I think when she started to pass out and things, they kind of took her out of the bath. And then they didn't even call the ambulance straight away. They tried to warm her up themselves. And then they saw that wasn't working. So then they had to call the ambulance. They called the paramedics. The paramedics come and got her. And these fucking idiots are talking about they don't know what's wrong with her. Maybe she's had a seizure or something like that. These are professionals. They can see
exactly.
This is hypothermia. I'm saying this is hypothermia. It was crazy. They said that her body temperature plummeted to 25 degrees, which is 12 degrees less than normal. And they're saying it's extreme hypothermia as well. They are surprised she even survived, which luckily she did. and she's made a full recovery. She's living with her biological father now.
That's good.
I wonder how that dad feels because I would want to kill
Listen.
him.
Listen.
Oh, wait, man.
But
Can't
what?
lie to you. You actually got to rush him.
Like, because the mum's gonna get it anyway. Like, but did you see this man?
But, like, how dare
oh my
you?
God, how dare you? Are you stupid? The little girl as well. They only got 3 years as well. I don't even understand
That's it.
the guidelines for this kind of thing. Like, what? Why is that enough? Because you do 3 years, you're only gonna do what, half?
1.5, yeah.
18-month sentence. Like, might even could get tagged and stuff like that. 15 months. That's not even enough time for a shit and a shave. Like, that's.
It's mad.
I'm telling you that they need to be put under the jail. Because imagine this child died. Like, I hate like people that
torture kids.
Just bother kids, man.
Yeah, man.
That's just because I really hate things that I don't understand, and that's just one thing that I just never got. Like, that's our future. You know what I'm trying to say? That we're supposed to protect them. You know what I'm trying to say? That we're supposed to protect them. We're supposed to look after them. And there's vile human beings in the world that just ain't got no fucking sense of.
Yeah.
I don't even know. But these white devils never cease to amaze me.
I'm telling you.
Never cease to amaze me. But they are absolutely fucking done out here. I wish they got longer in jail from Leeds. Even if I can't should have been there so you can put their pictures up. They look
like criminals. Actually, let me put it on my thing.
Yeah, they look villainous.
I think Emman's gonna do it.
Can you see my camera?
Oh.
Put on my camera. Is it showing?
It's showing.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Just push your hands forward more.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's a bit...
they just look like bad people, man. They're pieces of shit, man. So they're definitely done out there.
It's so horrible.
But, they're just horrible. But happy the little girl survived.
Oh, baby, yeah, exactly.
Happy the little girl survived, and there's more criminals off the streets.
Honestly, getting them all. All right.
3 years, 4 months. So yeah, they're done out here, man. That's it, man. Gonna let you know what's going on in the world, man. Like, people be wilding.
Done out.
All right, let's get into
the outro.
That's it. Episode. Then wouldn't you guys agree?
Iconic.
Yeah,
I don't think iconic's the word I would use.
The silence is definitely.
But it's definitely been, a reflective one.
A reflective one, yeah.
I mean, but yeah, man, it's been good.
Yeah, I think it was spitting. I think it was good conversation.
Yeah.
You get me? I
So
think
for
it was good conversation.
Shout out to the callers.
Exactly. Shout out callers.
Why were you smoking before?
At what?
You know when...
I'm sorry, I don't recall.
Me has some cool eyes once. I was like, why are you laughing?
I do not recall. I just thought the caller had a nice voice, but that was about it.
Okay.
So what would you guys don't make a scene. Where would you guys like us to be the next 100? Or what would you guys want to happen? Like just anything for the next 100.
By the next 100?
Yeah.
Definitely in our actual space.
Space, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's definitely one.
That's a good one.
Some good brand endorsement deals.
That'd be sick.
Of such.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Things of such nature.
Yeah.
Black brands. Be nice.
Yeah. It would be nice, yeah. But never mind.
Oh, go on.
Because I just think sometimes you got to take the white money to then be able to put into the black.
Wait, hold on,
Emman.
I mean? I got a question for you then. So you get a black brand that approaches you. You can only pick one though.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a white brand that approaches you for an endorsement deal for TDA. The white bag is bigger.
A lot bigger.
A lot bigger than
6
the black
figures.
bag. But you can potentially help propel this black brand. You know what I mean? Community. Yeah. Are you picking the white brand for more money or the black brand for less money, but they're your peoples?
I think in the spirit of community, like you said,
Yeah.
I'll speak to the people. I'll get everyone's opinion. But you know what the thing is, yeah? When it comes to like economics and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like one of the people that we're talking about today, Booker T. Washington, yeah? He took finances from white people, from white establishments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Organizations.
I'm sorry. I find it so hard to give a straight face.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you ask Emman a question, yeah, Matt, he can't just be straight with it. He will give you a whole background.
No, do you know
then
it
be
is?
like, I got the white
Just
bag.
say you want to take the white bag.
No. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's because
You can take the. Why can't you take the white bag, but then go and help the?
yeah, exactly.
the
That's
business
exactly
with-
what I'm.
with the thing.
Alright, go on, say it.
That's exactly what I'm basically getting at.
Yeah.
Like, but I like to explain because some people don't understand basic things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's likely.
Yeah. Exactly.
But no,
man.
yeah. Well done to us anyway on 100 episodes.
Yeah. What about you? Where you like to see us? At 100?
I think I want us to be, obviously, like we continue to grow, which is amazing. But I
Yeah.
think defo kind of bigger. I want us to be known, by the next 100, I want us to be known like the place where everyone wants to be in the mornings.
Yeah.
We are like that morning show, do you get what I mean? Where everyone's like, they do this every single morning, every single day.
Yeah.
We're tuning in. So these lives where we're here in 200, we should be on 1,000.
We can actually calculate when this will be, to be fair. Like,
Yeah.
We got it. It's just 20 weeks away.
Yeah. Really, it's not even that far away.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
really isn't.
Crazy, isn't it?
It's just a year and a bit.
You know what I mean?
We'll be on the rise. I think by then we need to be one of the biggest cults in the country.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think we will, man.
We will. We absolutely will. Just keep going, keep doing what we're doing, and got to get us there.
Big up the community, man, because obviously
Exactly.
we can't do this without you, man.
Yeah, we
So
Big
appreciate
up,
you
big
guys.
we appreciate you lot tuning in.
Every day.
Every day. You know
We've
what I'm
actually
saying?
got regulars. How sick that is.
Yeah, man. Like Esther said before about hopefully us doing a Christmas party.
Yeah. No, hopefully. I don't know about sure. I'm getting dressed and going to the Ned. I will see y'all there. I've already got my hairstyle
man.
planned out.
It will be good to like meet a lot of you, man.
Yeah.
100%, man.
Yeah. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Said, will
guys.
Corey be here by episode 200, or she should be.
What's that?
They also said they want actual verified facts 100% of the time.
First of all, you get what you get.
What?
But no,
They
to
want
come would
actual
definitely be
verified
200.
facts 100% of the time.
Well, that's
They
Brent's
would
job, innit?
also they also wouldn't mind us being on time as well. There's a few requests there.
Yeah, first of all, I was asking people in the room. Not the live. No, I'm playing. No, yeah, we will get better with time. Yeah, Koi will be here by episode 200, most definitely.
Inshallah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that we're trying to put Emman in the pickle. Emman wants it, okay?
Hey,
he enjoys it.
No one can keep a good black man down, man.
It's our way of showing love. But no, yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Do follow us on all our social media platforms, The Day After TNB. Also, don't forget to join the community, join the TNB network, join the community, community.thenewblack.com. We have a surprise for you guys at the end of the month. That being said, do join the TDA Backstage Access as well, where you get a month free. Also, if you'd like to send voice notes and text messages in, send it into 075 6484 1073. Don't forget, before this live ends, to like the video, and share it. As Koi would say, send it to 2 of your friends and 5 enemies. And if you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, email the team the day after at thenewblack.com. We will be here again tomorrow because we're that amazing. Have a great Wednesday.
I will.